Nicely done.
That was way too close.
You got back in 2 seconds.
Excellent. And everyone's in the right place.
No, not the right hole.
Thank goodness.
No, we're not.
Oh, no, you're not. Wait, some of you are.
Swap Zion and Magnus.
Oh, yeah, hang on. All right. It never works quite right.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We were all set up almost.
Yeah, just about.
While Ron's doing that, hey, this is Escape the Union, run by Ron by his wonderful Patreon supporters.
Thank goodness someone's a professional. Thank you. Yes, this is Godsfall Escape the Union, and welcome back to it. These are some amazing Patreon supporters who have decided to play this game with me.
And me, I haven't given you a cent.
Well, no, but you're still playing the game.
Well,
and frankly,
you contribute a lot.
Yeah, free labor's worth a lot, Michael.
Wait, you guys are paying him?
Only in clout, sadly.
Well, in Michael's case, he should be getting paid.
That's true. Right. That's true. Well, Michael Michael built like a fourth of the entire world, so that is a valid thing indeed. Now watch when this gets made to be a movie. And like there's a deal, like that's going to be the quote that ends up in court.
Oh yeah, it was screen capturing that whole thing. Gotcha.
Ooh, and then I'll write the screenplay about the biopic about your inevitable like lawsuit that you guys get into.
Oh yeah, whenever you're taking notes, it's really just for the book. I mean, I figured that was happening already.
No, there is nothing about the game here.
This is just deep cover for like some. We're like, well, who would it be? Gawker, if they were still around. If Gawker still existed.
Yeah, they're not.
Right.
Vice, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
Don't worry. See, that's the thing. Like Gawker went away, everyone made a big deal about it, and now we're all like, it doesn't really matter.
Be careful. There's an attorney in chat.
Oh no! Okay. I'll keep it down. I'll keep it down. All right. No. So let's
can you hear us?
Go around.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. I got it.
Excellent. Let's go around and introduce everyone one by one, starting with Amity.
Oh, hello. I'm Orla. My pronouns are she, her. And I play Amity, the demigod of redistribution. And 1 week, I will stop being surprised when you ask me to do that.
You always go first.
I always put you in the top left. And let's jump. You know what? I'll put you in the middle next time. I'll take some of the heat off you. We'll see what happens. How about that?
She'll be prepared next week.
That's true. They should have launched into it early and like, it's like inevitably there's someone at an award show that stands up a little bit too soon. Right? And then loses? Yeah. All right, let's jump over to Ashrin.
Hi, my name is Mary. My pronouns are she or they, and I play Ashrin Omaris, human bard and demigod of strands.
All right. And Yara.
That's me. See, I'm also not prepared, even though I was totally
I'm always last. Yara is second to last.
Yeah,
so
we're all out of order. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I am he, him. I just did... So... This is for me. At this moment, I'm like halfway through my degree. So when I listen back in a year, I can be like, hey, remember how much stress you were in? I just did finals. And for you guys listening at home, as like a timeline thing, episode 3 was just released. So I've looked forward to hearing when this comes out, how long that took.
Yeah.
And I play Yara, the demigod of stewardship. Her pronouns are she, them.
And elf.
Excellent. And an elf, right? Wood elf.
If you don't know that at this point, and Druid Warlock.
They might be tuning in for the first time. Let's be welcoming to a new audience. All right, let's jump over to Diamond.
Hi, my name's James. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Diamond, the demigod of trash, who is a tabaxi artificer, but reskinned, reflavored tabaxi, where I'm a raccoon person.
Yeah, that was like seriously, like that was when you said that. Like, well, it's a tabaxi, but a raccoon. Like all my delight bells just went off. I was like, yes, yes.
She's like, all the serotonin now, yeah.
Yes, give that all to me. Yes, be a little trash panda that runs around but is actually a person. Please let that happen. That was excellent. All right, and jump down to Magnuson.
Hello, I am Chris. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Magnuson, the dwarven paladin of redemption.
Excellent. Okay, and last but not least, our very special guest, Michael, who is Zion from Godsfall. Who are you, Michael, and who are you playing? I'm sorry, I did cut into your intro. You know what? Say the same thing I just said, Michael, please. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michael. I play Zion Preeton, at this point, 5th level human sorcerer. Though he no longer considers himself human, but back then, in his timeline, he did.
Man.
And he is the newly risen god of force, but doesn't really understand it yet.
It will never cease to impress me how you can immediately be like, okay, that's when I was this and I did that. I had no idea what level you were. I forgot to even think about that. The fact that you came knowing is this. This is why Godsfall runs as well as it does. Seamlessly? No. But that's me sabotaging Michael's hard work.
That's okay. We got you covered.
All right. Excellent. So first, let's do the recap. And I believe this week that's being done by Orla, correct?
Yeah, from a sense. So we rocked up to Notney, which Tyler made a really strong case for it being Nani, but I refused to engage with the weeaboo trap.
Nani?
So it remains Notney.
You made the attempt for the weeb play, and I respect it.
Yeah, just putting it out there. And we rocked up, we arrived on a mountain. Me and Ashrin, Amity and Ashrin had a bit of a brief nervous breakdown about looking at our home city and except in a time where everything we knew and loved had been destroyed. So that was,
buried
a fun
underwater.
time.
Yeah.
Buried under, like the neighborhoods we had grown up in were now under an ocean, and that was not fun to witness. But we kind of put that down in the dark place we don't talk about, which luckily both our characters are really good at.
We'll deal with that later on a long rest we'll never get.
Yeah.
We put extra points in trauma. We're all set for this.
Yeah. And so then we, for some reason, we decided the stealthiest way to get down the mountain was to jump off a cliff and float down, which obviously people noticed because
in bubbles.
Yeah, we floated down in bubbles like Glinda Goodwitch. There was No One Mourns the Wicked was playing in the background, and we hit the ground, and we met one of Aram's famous himbos, who, for no reason, given we had literally just Glinda Goodwitched down a mountain, trusted us implicitly immediately, despite the fact that we all gave fake names except for Yara, who made funny faces every time we gave a fake name.
Mine wasn't. No, Diamond said their name.
Diamond was just like, oh, I'm Diamond, and just went with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't
Most
matter.
of us gave fake
He
names.
rolled like a
I've already
4.
wanted. It doesn't matter.
The only reason why he caught you, and I actually had written this in, the only reason why he was there was because in the story, he had stepped off to basically just take a piss and just happened to be in the area that you guys jumped into. So it was luck.
Random weirdos coming down out of the
Yeah,
sky.
everything else he failed at. Like, he was not a very good guard. He was just like, oh, you all seem friendly. Sure, I'll walk you through the city gates and deposit you into the royal parade. Yeah.
We got an escort the whole way, so we weren't stopped by anyone.
And every step of the way, the other guards looked at each other and were like, it's Brannick, but all right. Like, no one trusted that he was right, but they let him do it.
I had a failed teaching moment with a kid who was hustling Asrin because I rolled nothing but 2s and 4s all last game.
Yeah, he was having none of your shit.
4s.
Yeah.
So that was great. I loved just rolling 2s and 4s until
this
the
week
last
we're shooting
30
for
seconds.
6s and 8s.
That would be amazing. And so then we went to the Temple of Tyr. I had a mind-breaking, reality-altering conversation with the cleric of Tyr there, where while trying not to give away that I didn't understand what universe or timeline I was in, figure out what the hell was going on, while Ashran had a somewhat equally mind-bending conversation with Tyr under a tree.
Right.
Then we all joined up and had a kind of communal nervous breakdown. And that was fun for a while until Amity stormed off in a huff. And before the storming off in a huff could go anywhere, a big dragon turtle burst out of the canal. And we were like, I guess that's happening now. Nothing surprises me anymore. And just as we were getting to grips with the dragon turtle, a big giant gold golem thing chases what we as characters do not know to be Doro not down the street.
Yep.
And then me and Diamond take off after the golem, with the golem kicks Diamond down an alley, and I jump onto the golem's leg. Mag saves some kids from steaming water from the dragon turtle and gets parboiled.
Yeah.
Yara pulls some crazy bridging bullshit with Asherin that involves a unicorn to try and communicate with the dragon turtle, and that seems to be going pretty well.
Yep.
Amity attempts to bridge with the golem. Goes okay insofar as it doesn't go badly. Doesn't work because the golem is not exactly sentient.
Right.
So it's like of limited use. All I know is that this golem is not going to be distracted from chasing the person who stole its glowy red orb. Who I have told to go fuck himself before he disappeared. So I don't think he's coming back. So I'm just holding on to that golem for dear life.
Like the millionth
which
character
point-
that told Doro not to go fuck himself.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think it was going to stand out. It wasn't going to alter the timeline too much.
No, too late.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At which point, just as the dragon turtle appeared to be ready to talk to Yara, a big meteor crashed outside the city, and then as another one was about to hit the city, a person that we do not know to be Jacob Clivdevo flew into the air, caught the last meteor that was gonna hit Ani, and then disappeared. And then the episode ended, and we all, in real life, started to have nervous breakdowns.
All right, excellent. Then that is where we are. So let's jump into Ani, and we're gonna. Oops, hang on.
You've deleted us from
I
existence.
deleted everyone. Okay, let's go ahead, and I'm just going to copy and
And it
paste
was
you all
all a
over real
dream.
quick.
Yeah.
Pardon
Thank
me.
God.
All wake up.
You know what? I spent so much time getting everything ready, but I always forget to do one step. There's always one thing I forget to do, and in this case, it was actually put you in more than one
that
layout.
works out well in the end, though, because it's like you get
Rapid
everything and there's just
transitions.
one thing wrong.
Right.
You're doing pretty good.
You know, to be fair, yeah, I'll take that. It is actually
There
not
is
bad.
sound on this one, right?
Can you guys
They
not
can hear
hear?
us?
Yeah, someone in
Yeah.
chat say if you can hear us.
No, I can actually see your sound bars going up when you're talking. So in this case, I
that's-
actually know. We're missing Yara. Hang on, let me just go get Yara. It's so funny. One of these times, man, my ambition will be matched by my ability. One of these times.
Well, I think if you just gave yourself an extra 15 minutes of prep time.
No, because there's always. I mean, I would love to think so. Like I would like to think that I am a competent person. But what it really is that I'm always going to forget something, and I just have to accept that. I just it's like that is who I am in my soul, right? And something will always not be 100% perfect. But 90's nice, right? I'll take that.
That's
So-
a passing grade.
Right.
It's still an A.
All right, so behind me is the map of Ani as it currently stands. So the edge of it is just faced by water all the way around. There was the mountain to the north where you guys landed. There's the canal that goes all the way through it, and then just the neighborhoods all around. We're going to jump, before we start with you guys, back about 10 minutes. And we're going to be with Zion on the largest of these royal flotillas, these large barges that are very, ornately decorated. And some even have powered lights as they're just floating down this river. I think, Michael, actually, this was the first time Zion really thought about divinity being used to power lights, right?
Well, I guess in this alternative reality, because that didn't happen yet.
Right.
In Zion Prime,
Yeah.
no, the lights came out later when Phryane commissioned the dwarves to do it.
Oh, right.
It hadn't happened yet in Zion Prime. So if you're saying in this alternate reality that Jacob Clivdevo decided to have it done a little bit earlier, then
Sure.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay, so this would be the
Okay.
first time that
Sorry,
you saw
have
that.
to keep,
Yeah.
have to keep our timeline intact.
I love the fact that you keep me in line because I'll ruin it with the drop of a hat. All right, so you and Para have had so again, as you mentioned, this is a different experience than ours. Jacob Clivdevo, the God King, did not die in Turtle Bay. Also, there was a little different experience because Phryane wasn't so much running from her responsibilities as she was running from a fight with someone who she had been expected to marry for a very long time. So the royal arranged marriage that was a surprise from your reality has been a planned event in this one, and many people are expected to attend a much larger coronation that happened in your world. So
Marriage, not coronation, but yeah.
sorry, marriage. Yes, yes, right. Marriage, I guess, and then coronation, right? Because
No, why would they be crowned?
oh,
not
right,
that.
no, right. They're just princesses.
It
You're
doesn't
right.
die
You're
until
right.
Unless-
You're right. You're
unless
100
they
percent
all
right.
do.
You're 100%. No, they're all alive. It's all fine. Yes, I know. No, I got
It's a
you.
coronation after the coup d'état.
Right, exactly. It's good. It's a
marriage,
the last one was a surprise wedding. This one's a surprise coronation. That's how it works out. All right. So you were on the barge with Para. Now you and Para got to spend some more time because without the disaster, it just ended up being like a really wonderful vacation in what had been a pretty scary and hectic path to get here. But you guys had like a really great time. And so now he's just kind of like, I would say before you guys got here, there was a moment where you were on deck and Ani was coming into view, and it was a long boat ride back. And it's a beautiful sunlit city. The walls are glistening. Everything seems just perfect. And if I remember right, Zion, this is your first time you've seen Ani, right?
Maybe. Like
Yeah.
we never really fleshed that out. Like
Right.
he could have, like he's been on trips on boats before,
Mhm.
you know, and his uncle's there all the time. 'cause
Right.
He's the speaker of Kadar. So
Maybe you went when like
maybe.
when you like maybe you had like you were like 5 and you have like some small memories of it, right? And but this was and all this came rushing back, and so but it was nice, and you guys like you guys got to your relationship in like a much more natural way without all this. Like we could die.
cooker.
Right,
Right.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So now that you're on this barge and you're celebrating your friend becoming queen, something you knew about and had planned for the whole time, right? Because she had shared it with you. It's a really good moment. You guys are having a great time. You kind of miss.
I'm a little pissed
Yeah.
because Doro and Torvik
Yes.
were supposed to be here.
Yes.
Doro was going to be like teleporting flowers up into the sky.
Yep.
And Torvik was going to be like making birds fly all around.
Right.
But neither of them showed up at the right time. Who the hell knows where they are? And I'm having to like really concentrate to make the queens like raise in the air. And I'm not that great at force at this point. So
Right.
I have to like. But yeah, sure, I'm happy. Whatever.
Excellent. All right. And so,
Atlas holding up the world over here.
so
And and meanwhile, Paris in front of me is like shooting out little fires on the side.
yeah. Yeah.
Trying to make our boat look really cool.
Yeah.
But doing the best we can. Maybe not quite as cool as it would have been had Dora and Torvik like pulled their weight. Who knows where they are?
Right. And it is like a brilliant day. It is it's just blue sky everywhere, not a cloud to be seen. Para is just soaking in the sunlight and is at full power. So when he sees you focusing on so many things and struggling, he just reaches an arm back and holds your hand, and like this, and the bridge forms so effortlessly, and the power just flows back and forth between the two of you as if it's always been meant to be. And you're just there for a moment. Everything feels so great. And then the sky explodes. There's something just craters out of the sky into the ocean outside the city walls. And a huge wave crashes against and spills over to the south. People begin looking up, upwards as the God King Jacob Cladivo takes to the air, shield forward as a much larger rock bears down, and there's just an explosion as he meets it. You all kind of shift to shield your eyes.
I think I should make a concentration check because I'm holding up the queen.
That's actually a fantastic idea.
Princesses using my force and
Yes.
all this crap happening. I don't think I should do it.
Please do sabotage your character. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't
I'm
believe
here
I
for it.
was worried that we'd kill like the members of the main timeline. When in reality, it was Michael.
Oh no, I'm killing okay, so how do I do this? I am now in
Yes.
roll 20. So
Yes.
what do I
Okay,
do?
so if your character sheet's open, go ahead
Yeah.
and do. It's basically a Constitution saving throw, anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want.
So
Just
just click
click
the
that.
word Constitution.
There'll be like a little box that says saving throws, just a little bit away from like where your
yeah.
ability scores are.
Yeah. Right above your ability scores in the saving throw section.
Why am I not seeing this? Like it's been forever since I've played.
That's okay.
Good.
It's only been a couple months since the last time you played D&D. Yeah, no big deal.
So can you see your character sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Underneath your name.
So
there
if
should
we
be
go character name, and then we have
Uh-huh.
inspiration box, proficiency box, and then constitution.
your saving
Saving
throws.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah, okay. So
Click on it.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
15. Yeah, that is enough to be able to maintain concentration. So there's a lot happening, and it doesn't look great, but you've got them in there. Are you going to put them down? What are you going to do next?
Yeah, okay. So now I'm trying to get back to Zoom to read this out. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to reach out with my divinity, or rather, hold my divinity to try to slowly lower them back to the ground of the boat.
Excellent. Okay, so you have to spend the round doing that in order to get them down. You made the concentration save, so you can do it during this round. Just as you get them down, you hear Para yell and turn and just fire a blast of just pure heat and light, like brighter than anything you've ever seen him fire at another rock that's barreling down towards you. He's able to deflect it a little bit. It crashes into the water. It blows your barge into the air and sends you all flying, but you get the biggest hit of it, and you just go soaring a good 100, 200 feet, crack against a building right in front of the rest of you. Your purple and pink armor shatter as you hit, but they take the impact, and now you are falling. So the rest of you see this dude just gets shot across from you, surrounded in this pink and purple energy coming from the scene of an explosion towards the canal, crash into this wall. The energy gets shattered from him, then just falls limp as he's falling to the ground in front of you. You all have one round to act, at least for who was grouped by the canal when we left off. Ashrin, right?
It was Ashrin is bridging with Yara.
Right.
Yara is talking to the dragon turtle.
Right.
Magnuson is has his shield near some kids.
Right.
And Amity is attached to the golem, and Diamond is in the alley near the golem.
So I'd say
So nobody.
Amity and Diamond aren't within range, but Magnuson, Yara, and Ashrin could act if you choose to. You have one round.
I don't know that Ashrin would notice because she's bridging with
Fair.
Yara.
A lot's
and
happening.
Giving all of her energy into Yara.
Yeah. Roll a perception check at disadvantage.
Yara has a passive perception of 21. I would assume
You're
she would
definitely
notice.
going to notice. Yes. I see all things.
Oh, well,
19 and
Nine.
a 9.
22
So
actually.
no, you don't.
Does it-
A disadvantage.
Right.
So
Sorry.
9.
Yeah. So, but Yara definitely does. So Yara notices, and I would say Magnuson definitely sees it because you just got steamed, so you're rather aware right now.
Wow.
All right.
Clarity brought by pain and adrenaline.
Right. Which one of you
Fair.
is faster, Ashrin or Magnuson?
You mean Yara?
Probably Yara.
Sorry. Yara or Magnuson? Probably Yara, right?
Yara's-
Say Yara.
Yeah, Yara's at 35 feet.
Right. Okay,
I
Yara,
have
you
only
go first.
25 feet of movement.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I would totally do something, but is the dragon turtle calm?
So the dragon. So you have to roll a persuasion.
So one more persuasion check
Yeah,
after that.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you're being
Persuasion.
powered by Ashrin, who didn't break concentration. So roll with advantage.
All right, with advantage. All right. So we got unnatural 20.
Okay. So the dragon turtle bends down and is looking right at you, and you're looking right back at them, and your eyes are just kind of like get so low that you're level, right? And then their eyes seem to glaze over, and they continue to sink in the canal and vanish beneath the water as a huge plume of bubbles pop to the
All right.
surface.
Be good.
Sorted.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, I had a cough.
That's all right.
So seeing that, so Zion, or this purpley stranger that I have no idea who they are,
Sure.
is between Magnuson and I.
Well, they struck the side of a building 40 feet above where you are, roughly, right? And is now
Okay.
falling to the street and is going to impact at the end of this round.
Purpley magic dude. Haven't seen very many magical dudes.
Fair.
Must be important,
Fair.
right?
Yeah.
That'd be. Magnuson looks all right, mostly. So what I would like to do is I would like to cast jump on myself,
Right.
and then jump and catch him.
Oh, cool. Okay, all right. So that, yeah, definitely. So you cast jump, and then I would like you to roll an acrobatics roll. Now,
Does that
if you,
break the bridge?
yes, that's the other thing though. If you jump, it'll break the bridge.
But does he
But-
even, or she? I'm sorry. Does she even know that?
No,
No, she
No.
wouldn't. She would have no idea.
no. Okay, that's true. Good call, Michael. All right, all right. So this is what happens then. I would like you to first roll acrobatics.
Okay. Could it be athletics?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Oh, you're so kind, Rob.
Yeah, I know.
Rob, you're like the nicest.
It can be deception, whatever you need.
Uh, so it's just a normal roll.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like to persuade the grounds to be moved away from.
That's
no.
an 8.
Okay, so you basically, you just turn and you basically like kind of give Ashton like a be right back, and Ashton's like wait, and then you just jump, and because the energy hits you so quick, it kind of knocks you off your feet. So I need you both now, both you and Ashton, to roll a Constitution save, because your bridge just gets shattered as you move out of range.
Constitution save. All right. 13 for me, 14 for Mary.
Okay. All right, so you both make the save and you take half damage. So
Okay.
you both take 6 points of damage as you're blown away from each other. Yara, that knocks you off course. So you leapt into the air, but you're blown faster. So now you're being like hurled at this person.
Oh no.
So I need you to roll.
Making it worse.
I need you to roll another athletics save, actually.
I
Okay.
think
and that-
Ashrin just falls to the ground.
So I do want to say, in the game, this is the
Yeah.
first time I've actually taken damage now.
Oh no, good,
Same
excellent,
with me.
good. I'm being a good
so
DM then.
One more athletics check.
Yeah, because you have to kind of like adjust now that it's coming faster at you.
Now, so I will say, if I'm already in the air and it's
Yes.
not a jump, I think this is more of an acrobatics thing.
That's fair. You can do that
Even
too.
though it's not a high as a bonus,
I always reward my players who harm themselves. Not that it mattered.
Oh!
Well,
Oh, there
Not that it
I mean,
mattered. Okay.
that works.
So describe how you recover and perfectly wrap your hands around a falling Zion.
So as the blast kind of knocks me off, I take a moment. This is not the first time she has got something into that is way over her head.
Yeah.
And I think she's probably fallen off a few waterfalls and misjudged the jump. So she's used to this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So in the moment, she twists her body around so that when they impact, it's not an uncontrollable impact. It's
Yeah.
more of a twisting her body. She kind of wraps her arms around him, and then she will hit the side of the building and then just kind of fall down. So she will take a little bit of damage, but
Sure.
he's okay.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say you take no damage because you're on a natural 20. So not only are you able to get there, but you kind of like swing around. You use your momentum to kind of yank him back for a second, and he was knocked out. But you kind of hit him in the chest with an elbow as you're doing this, and it just knocks the wind back into you, Zion, and you come to in midair.
Okay.
Okay.
And so as she like catches him, if I take no damage, could we say that she like does it in a way so that her legs land on the wall, and so she just kind of like absorbs it and then jumps down?
Well, you have cast a spell and taken an action. So I'm gonna have to say instead that
Okay,
in this
that's fair.
particular instance, it's not the Matrix, and Zion actually gets to take an action here. So,
Okay, so-
but your
so-
natural 20 gave him an action he wouldn't normally
lot.
have.
A lot of the Union does seem like the Matrix.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That I
yeah.
actually,
The
I may have
Union
just
is
called
the
myself
Matrix
out on
right
that
now.
one. Yeah. It's not all like the Matrix with its fake rooms and bullshit laws and
Right.
infinite possibility.
Lack
Yeah.
of physics.
And it's not like that one time I tapped into it. I saw through the Matrix and became Neo for a moment. Or
Right.
anything.
Right.
We turned
Old
that
guy
boat
in a
into
room with a
submarine.
bunch of monitors who's pulling strings. Yeah, it's not at all like that.
Okay. So I wake up with a jolt
Yeah.
as I've just been rocketed away from the barge where I was trying to do well by my queen.
Yep. Yep.
Slash sort of friend.
Yeah.
And
Queen friend. Yeah.
and woke up on the side of a building. Well, I wasn't awake, but I hit a building so hard that I passed out, and fell down, and then was taken up by some person I have never met. and have no idea how this person managed to grab me or why I'm where I am, but I know that I'm headed toward the ground.
Yep.
And I don't like that. So instinctually, I think I would reach out with my divinity and try to slower my ascent to the point where like we're just like hovering like 2 inches from the ground. I don't
Would
even
you?
know what I'm doing necessarily?
Yeah.
I don't have that same ability, but I think Zion's always like reacted like when like shit's
Totally.
happening. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just uses force to try to help him not die.
Yeah, you and Duro definitely spent the most time immediately training your abilities and honing them and like thinking of ways to get used to
We were
them.
both training the whole time on that boat that was now
Totally.
super easy because we weren't worried about this God King thing.
Right. Well, you were training, but like you were kind of able to train. Para was like, well, I can't really use fire.
No, I was talking about Doro and I.
Oh, right. Yeah. No. That makes more
Tara
sense.
and I were canoodling, whatever, but Doro
Right.
and I were like training the whole time. Like,
100%. 100% Doro would have.
Even
Yeah.
if it's just like lifting up a mop and all that stuff that I was doing, but like I was
Totally.
trying.
Well, what
Yeah.
you did is you force blasted him out over the ocean. He had to teleport back.
It just kept rocketing back over and over.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
you go. So
Excellent.
anyway,
Ping pong.
Yeah.
I want to reach out with my divinity and
Yep.
slow our descent. It's basically Featherfall.
Yeah.
But I don't understand my sorcery powers,
Yeah.
and I like not using them.
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
spite.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I love
that's
that.
what I wanna do.
All right, I will let you roll it one of two ways. You can either roll a wisdom save or a constitution save, whichever one you want to for this
Well, I
one.
believe it's wisdom.
Oh no, right, I'm sorry. It's your
my-
divinity. So you have no
Yeah,
choice.
my
It's wisdom, yes.
Right. So let me figure out how to do this. So I go over to wisdom and I
Character sheet.
click it.
Yep.
Oh no.
What was it?
That was a 5
Oh.
total.
Okay.
Oh,
For some reason, his dice isn't rolling on the
There's a
overlay.
setting.
I can
There's a
fix that.
setting.
Let me fix that.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Got
yeah,
it
because as
wrong.
I said, to make it work. But anyways, it is a 5 total.
Okay.
Total.
5 total.
Okay.
Yeah, not
So anyone who has Magnuson, you're the only one left who hasn't acted. So you see you see Zion and Yara falling together. You see energy building in Zion's hand as he's pointed towards the ground. His eyes flare with this pink and purple energy. You have one action.
And then it shorts out. It's like
Yeah.
So, knowing that the children are safe
Fair.
and are about to scurry away to wherever the hell they came from.
Hopefully somewhere safer. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have time for this right now. I think I would just try to intercept the falling people.
Okay, how? Like set them land on you? It's an option.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So
I mean, I don't have a better idea.
here's the rules.
Oh, actually,
Here-
is
yeah. Sorry, go
there
ahead.
like a canopy from like a tarp or something that was blown
What
off?
is this? Men in tights?
I would like you to. Okay, you know what? I want you to. Call high or low and just roll a straight D20.
Oh God.
It's
By the
luck
way,
time.
I want to mention that I came up with this this mechanic. the
Yes.
left die,
Yes.
The idea of rolling high or low. Whenever we didn't know what to do.
Yep. Which
I
was
think this is a
frequently.
vampire game before we
I'm gonna
used
call
to,
low.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call low.
It always makes it so much easier. Low. Okay.
I'm
Roll.
gonna call low.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes.
Yes!
That's almost as low as you can get. So yeah, there is, in fact. So as you're running up, there's a bunch of stuff near the canal, a bunch of cellars of various things, and as you get near, there's this one large wagon cart, and it's filled with melons, just all these melons, and this old
Maybe
lady
cabbages?
is like tending to the
Cabbages.
side of it,
Cabbages.
watching.
Cabbages.
Sorry,
No, it's
cabbages. You're right. I'm
melons. We
sorry.
have melons for this. It's the melon cart guy.
Well, no, yeah, it's the melon. Yeah, it's the melon cart
Oh.
lady. It's the
Oh.
it's the melon cart lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's
it
true.
is
Yep.
cabbages, dude, but it's not. It's this old lady, and she's got
way they can't sue
melons.
us.
Right? Yes, exactly. And she has added for the festivals, of course, for the coronation, this gorgeous tarp that just extends perfectly over the top of it, and it's directly in your line as you're running towards where these people are going to hit. In fact, you could just pick the whole cart up and run it straight over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move this cart and hope I'm fast enough.
I would like you to roll strength.
My watermelon.
Just a strength check. That's gonna be a 18 total.
Not a problem. You huff this thing right over, you line it up just right, and the two of you slam into it. So normally you would take fall damage, but I'm going to say that you take a fourth of it because of the combination of the tarp and the melons, right?
Normally it'd be fall damage. Today it's melon damage.
Yeah, so normally it would be 40, it would be 46, but you take 1d6 points of damage, and you just 1 point each.
Wow!
Yeah, that's it. 1 point each.
That's
So
I'm just like,
So how much
like
damage?
slumped.
So you
One
took
point.
a single point of damage.
So I press down on this, so
On your current hit points.
It should take it
Yeah,
off.
there's a little arrow. If you scroll over your hit points box, there should be a little arrow on the right, and you just press down once.
okay.
Awesome.
I
Well
think it
done.
worked, I don't know.
All right. So let's jump over now to Amity, who has been hanging on to. So you were hanging on, and you just barely saw this all go down as you're hanging on.
The fuck?
Yeah. So you're hanging on to this giant golden statue, walking statue that's like 20 feet tall, that was chasing after a tiny teleporting halfling.
Who seems like an asshole because he's not helping me.
Definitely an asshole. Yes. Yes.
But all I know is that this golem is not going to give up until it finds out the thing the halfling had.
Yeah, because you're able to see when you bridged
'Cause I
with
was able to
it,
see
you
into
could
its
see
mind.
what its intent was. Yeah, absolutely.
Mind.
Yep. Yeah, into its mind's eye, whatever it. Yeah. Yeah.
You can see
I'm
into its programming.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a thief.
If stone, go to chase. Just that over and over again.
I am a thief. So
Yes.
riddle me this.
Mhm.
How likely do I think it is that this golem is going to catch that guy?
Well, I mean, it clearly he seems to be guiding it. Like he's not stressed about it. He just keeps teleporting over and over again, and he'll wait and be like, "I'm over here, stupid," and then he'll teleport again, right?
Dude, that's just pissing me off more.
Yeah, but he also
This thing is dangerous.
But
It's
he's-
in a crowded city.
he does. I would like you to roll either. No, I want you to roll insight.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Okay.
I love when I'm confirmed because Michael actually knows the rules.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so 14.
All right. So yeah, you mean it's annoying, but you also realize that he's clearly guiding it. Like every time it stops going towards the canal, he'll pop closer to it and then pop like risk being hit and then pop away at the last minute in order to bring it back towards the canal.
So he's keeping it near the canal.
Well, he's actually he's driving it straight towards it. So like by the next round, it'll be at the edge of the canal.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and climb up this golem because currently I'm just on like its shin.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and get further up the golem because if it ends up in the water, I don't want to be on its shin anymore.
I would like you to roll
So-
athletics.
Okay. Athletics.
Climb golem.
Climb golem. No way that could be acrobatics.
How
Specialty
would it
climb
be?
golem. Unless you did little
Well,
flips.
okay. Well, yeah, I mean sick flips, but also I have a burglar's kit. I have like pythons and stuff.
Sure.
I can, like swing myself around with rope. We established canonically that I have shit tons of rope in previous episodes.
Okay, then you know what? This is what you can do. Like you're on the leg, and so you loop a rope up as its arm swings up, and you try and catch
Yeah.
it over it, so it yanks you up and like onto its shoulders. Is that what you want to
Yeah.
do? Yeah. Okay.
See, basically,
Okay.
because I mean,
Okay.
actually, I'm playing Robin Hood, so
Yeah.
I feel like if they get to do the cart thing, I
Yeah,
get to do this.
that's
So-
completely fair. I would like you to
Um,
roll an acrobatics. You said. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, not great. 11.
11. Okay, so let
Yeah.
me just roll one thing myself here. Okay, so it hooks, you get yanked, you get thrown up, and you're starting to come down on the shoulders, but you're gonna miss because you're gonna land just behind it. So is there anything you can do to push yourself forward?
Is there any way where I could fall less gracefully if I'm willing to take damage?
Well, I
To
mean,
like fling myself at the shoulder so that I know I will land.
how
on the
would you
understanding that I
change your
will take damage.
momentum while falling?
Well, I'm not so much changing my like I was trying to do it gracefully. So I was
Sure.
doing this whole thing where I was flipping around, my flip is over swung.
Okay.
Right? So I'm
Yes.
missing the shoulder.
Yes.
So instead I'm twisting around, and my only way to do that is to just go pancake into the back of this thing's shoulder.
Okay, you were gonna land feet first on its shoulder, but if you like try and twist yourself, you could try and grab its arm as it's swinging backwards. So I'll give you
Okay.
that. So I would like you to roll a grapple. You're trying to grapple it, is what you're trying to do. So I would like you to roll a strength check to try and grapple the golem.
Grappling could be acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah,
Or
well,
dex-
not to
dexterity
engage it,
save.
right? To engage it, it's got to be strength.
Nope. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
one time I'll
I
be
know
right.
it's rare, but Aram is in fact correct. But that is a 15.
That's a 15. Okay, 1 second. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You got it. All right. I rolled. Maybe it was like it's like a 4 plus 9, but you still got it. So you're able just to barely.
Barely 2 for 2 on grapple checks.
Yeah, exactly. You're able just to barely grab this thing's hand as it swings
I
you
am
forward, and like it goes into slow motion as you're being swung up, and it sees you, and as you see its eyes turn and glow as you're flung back upwards again, and you're gonna land on its back. So let's hold you there for 1 second.
Oh, can I
Sorry,
say the rest
please.
of my thing is just shouting for Diamond. That's it. That's the other-
That's probably a good call. In fact, let's jump to Diamond, who is pulling theirself out of a trash can, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
appropriately.
She'd been thrown down into an alleyway, like impacted against a bunch of trash there, and
Right.
just like laying there
Wait,
for a
so
moment.
is she now more powerful because of that?
Right, she drains power from the trash. We gotta figure that out more.
Rise,
Yeah.
pulling energy from the gutter.
Amity just like looks over at you lying in the trash. She's like, "This is no time for fun," and she's struggling.
But yeah, no, Diamond like lays there for a moment, just like having had like the crap kicked out of her literally by that golem for a moment, then sort of like shakes her head and pops back up, looking around like a little woozy for a moment, and then sees like Amity pulling sick flips and whatever's going on there, and then like landing on the golem and yelling, and she's like, "I'm coming!" And like scrabbles up out of there and like starts heading after this thing.
I feel like you grab a piece of trash and just put it in one of your pockets. Like you
Oh,
just
yeah,
notice
no,
something.
absolutely. As she's like coming out, and she's just like grabbed handfuls of stuff and just like, this work, and just like shoves it back into her bag real quick. Like I don't know what this is or what I'll need, but it's here.
Yeah. There's like 5 things that you
Diamond!
instantly know you can use later. You just know because you're just
Yeah,
you're-
no,
they're-
absolutely. Okay, that's
demigod of
part
trash,
her
yeah.
divinity works, so
Yeah.
Just it's like I don't know what these things are, but I know they're useful. I grab them, they're in my bag now, and just like just takes off after you.
Perfect.
She sees you like like on the back there. What can I do to try and assist you here? That is the question. No, that's not gonna help that much.
Come on, you gotta have something. Gotta have something.
Well, I have miscellaneous crap in here.
Like a half-broken slingshot. You got anything in there?
What about consistency?
Time to MacGyver something here.
Yeah.
You could throw a banana peel from the trash.
I could. I could also
That's
one
low
of that.
Maricrilla shit.
So you're like yelling for Diamond, and she's just, are you yelling for like help to get off it or help to stop it?
Neither. More like Diamond, catch up. Diamond, come on.
Right.
This thing's on the move. More like just get here. Then she see, what she wants you to do is not clear.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I think I have an idea for what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Bad though it may be. Diamond's gonna run after this thing, and like once she's within like a relatively close range, she is going to reach into her bag, and she's actually going to pull out an item she has.
Okay.
Which is that she has, through her artificer infusions, has what's known as a rope of climbing.
Right. Okay.
And a rope of climbing has it where like you can give it a command to like move toward a destination you choose.
Okay.
And you can also tell it to secure itself or unsecure itself, like all as part of a bonus action. So I want to use my action to throw the end of the rope, and then my bonus action to tell it to tie itself around part of this thing.
Okay.
So that I can, like, if need be, hold onto the rope and get dragged along after it or something.
Okay. Roll
So-
a ranged attack. You're gonna have one shot at this before it's out of range.
I am not proficient in throwing rope, so this is not as
Fair.
Not as big a thing, but I'm still pretty okay. So.
Come on, Trash Panda. Come on, Trash Panda.
Oh, nope, that ain't great.
It's dead on. It's a dead on throw, and it just like you just see the like you have it balled up. You're able to quickly ball it up, and when you throw it, you can see the ball perfectly unrolling. Like you had this throw dead on, but it's just a second too late. And as the last bit of rope extends, it's just out of reach as it keeps running, and you're just kind of like, oh, fuck.
It's like, ah! Just like, she just like screams a little bit in frustration, then like keeps going. She's got like the end of the rope in hand, and like as she's like running along, it's like trailing behind her a bit, and she just turns to look at it, and she's like, bug yourself back up, and it just like whoops back in, basically. She like looks at it like a disappointed parent.
Right?
Basically.
How dare you, rope? How dare you fail me?
Like,
How
I
dare
gave
you not be
one
longer?
job. But yeah, she'll keep going, and like not knowing what else to do. I think like I don't think she has the action economy to do anything else there. So her last thing is just going to be like, fine, I will call upon some help that will actually work. She says, like talking to the rope, and like will reach back to her bag and like pull at the bottom part will open up, and a metallic ball will fall out as she lets Kinsuki out.
All right, excellent. Okay, then Orla, as Amity is falling and the golem has seen you, one of its hands comes up to grab you.
Oh.
So I need you to roll now an opposed strength check against it.
Well, now, if it's trying to grapple me, I can roll acrobatics.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you have to
cool,
beat a 14.
I got a 16.
Nice. So you just are able to like
Ayo.
spread your legs and like land on either side of
Wait,
its hand. You know what I
How did
mean?
get a 6? It's weird. The 3D dice says
Yeah.
5, but my
That
thing
was my
says 12.
die. That was mine. I rolled
Oh,
that
we
one.
both have blue?
We do both have blue? You know what we do? That is a problem. I'm going to go to
Because you're normally
neon
pink, and that's why I
pink.
didn't even think of it.
There we go. How does that look? That looks nice.
Yeah,
okay.
it's your usual color.
Yeah, it is more fitting.
Hold on, Amity. I'm gonna check you out real fast. I'm gonna make sure.
All right, so now
No,
you're
my sheet is fine. We were just the same color. It's so confusing.
Oh, okay. It's fine.
all right, so you're able to you're able to dodge getting grabbed, and then you hit the ground and roll, so you don't get hurt. You're able to like tumble
No,
out
wait,
of it.
I succeeded on staying on.
Oh, you want to stay on. Okay, great. So
I'm
if
staying
you
on. I'm still up there.
if you stay on, it's going into the canal this round.
Yeah, but the idea is that I got up onto its shoulders.
Sure,
So that
but
when it goes into the canal.
right, but it's not like gonna jump because it's just gonna, you know what I mean?
Fall.
It's already starting to tumble forward.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
real dumb.
Yeah. It's not like it
Okay, so-
knows. Yeah,
It's a metal himbo.
yeah.
Can
It's
I
worse.
see
It has no
halfling?
heart. Yeah, you can
From
feel
where
it
I am?
happening because you're being yanked forward suddenly.
No, can I see the halfling?
Oh, no, because Doro's already. Well, Doro will be back in a second, but right now you can't.
Could I like see where he was last? Was he on the other side of the canal?
Roll me a
Just,
perception.
like,
Yeah, roll me a perception just to see, because there is like a little visual thing. Whenever Doro teleports, it's like reality's kind of being sucked into a hole and kind of being warped for a second. So you might have noticed it.
it's 15.
Yeah. All right. So just as you saw Doro like run and leap basically into the canal, the thing go after it, and then Doro turned around and was like, "Rah," fuck you, and then vanishes, right? And appears behind you where you just came from as you start pitching into the canal.
Okay, so as this happens, I would like to, as it falls forward into the canal, I want to run up its back and head and use its momentum falling into the canal to pitch myself somersaulting up to the other side of the canal.
Okay.
And as I do, I say, some
Wait,
of us are
the
professionals,
other side of the canal?
asshole."
So wait, the opposite side that you're on?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
trying to get across the canal.
It's 100 feet to the
Yeah,
middle
it's
of the
too big.
canal, and then another 100 feet to the other edge. So I'm gonna have to say that's rather improbable.
Okay.
And even if you do, the falling damage will kill
Wait,
you.
You said this golem was like 60 feet. Like
No, the
really
golem was like
tall.
20 feet tall. Yeah, it's like 20 feet tall.
okay.
It's not like
It's
one
like
of the
seven-
like, yeah. It's,
7 of you stacked on top of each other.
sure,
in a trench
to
coat.
you it's gigantic, but the canal's even bigger.
Damn it. All right. Okay.
You could start the game of Frogger though.
But Dora's definitely on the opposite side of the canal.
No, Doro teleported behind you. So he like
he's
leapt
behind me.
into like out over the canal to get the thing to come after him and then teleported behind you.
Okay, now behind me. Okay, then yes, I am going to jump off.
Right, roll me.
I'd be like, just give him the ball! Just give him the goddamn ball!
Roll me an acrobatics roll.
Too bad you couldn't redistribute that ball.
Well, I'm gonna be redistributing something in a minute. That's a 22.
That's perfect. Yeah, you run right up its back, do a little flip over as it vanishes and land perfectly on the edge of the canal. In fact, you get actually kind of almost the jump on Doro because he can't go that far at this point. So you land within grabbing range of Doro.
I'm like, give him the goddamn ball. This is ridiculous.
All right. Hey, Zion. And turns and throws.
I'm not there.
Oh, that's right. You're way over there.
We're
Sorry.
like 200 feet away.
Right. So looks at you and is like, all right, and tosses it to you. And as they do, like when it catches in your hand, like do you catch it?
Yeah, if he
Okay.
throws it at me,
Yeah.
I think I would instinctively catch it
Yeah.
and not let it hit the ground.
So tosses a sack at you that clearly has something in it.
yeah.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah, I
you
think I would
catch
just
it.
instinctively catch it.
Yeah.
without thinking.
So you catch it pretty easily, but inside, like you can feel this sphere sliding all around. It's heavy. It's got weight. It's definitely like about like 5-6 pounds, right? But no matter how you try and grab it, like you can never hold it. It's like there's no surface tension whatsoever. It's just completely. You just can't get any. There's no friction on it whatsoever, so you can never actually hold it. If it wasn't in this bag, it would already be on the ground.
Oh,
Like it's
you
covered
used,
in grease.
you used the bag to steal it.
Correct.
You're not able to touch it either, right?
No.
I say to him.
Correct. Can't hold on to it. Nothing I can do.
Well,
Anyways.
our defense then, and I chuck it in the canal.
All right, I'm gonna get the dwarf, and vanishes. Doro just disappears in another little puff of anti-reality.
I guess he didn't know that it makes garnets yet, so he just doesn't care about it. Is that?
Yeah, it was just like he was just trying to get it away from Torvik, so Torvik didn't get crushed, and that, otherwise he's not really concerned.
Yeah, I think at that time you're right.
Yeah. So hey, look, I'm right about two things.
Well, because
I'm on
I'm
a
just
roll.
thinking about continuity-wise. There's no way you would do that now.
Now that golem lives at the bottom of the canal.
Not all right.
Yeah, so Amity chucks the bag into the canal
Okay.
and goes to find Diamond and is like, fucking an amateur hour around here. What the fuck is going on? Like, what is going on in this city? Things are exploding. Big dragon turtles. It just starts muttering and walking off to find Diamond.
All right,
Yeah,
perfect.
like as you're walking along, Diamond had been following behind, and like we meet somewhere in the middle, and like she sees that you're fine and not being like dragged around by a golem. She's like, "Oh, good, you're fine. I am going to sit down now. I hurt."
No,
just,
we gotta get back to the others and find out the big turtle thing, because that's Golem's taken care of. Let's find out what the story with the big turtle is.
Okay, back up. And like reaches over to Kintsugi and uses it to lever herself back up. She's like, okay, this is going to be a long day.
Excellent. All right, then while you guys are doing that, back with, I believe, Ashrin, where are you right now?
I just fell down because
Right.
Yara disappeared on me.
Right.
I was bridging with her, put
Right.
all of my energy into
Right.
her, and then got shot back
And you just got blasted backwards. Yeah.
for some unknown reason.
All right, so you guys, so I would say that Ashrin and Zion and Magnuson are all about in the same area then, right?
You mean Yara, Zion?
Yes, sorry. Yara, Zion, and
We're all in a
Magnuson.
dog pile in a melon car.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
worked
and
out
Ashrin, I'd say you're about like 50, 60 feet away. You're not that far away from them right now. So you're all basically in the same area, and there's not an immediate threat. So what
Well,
are
and
you
I
all
think-
doing?
Oh, I think Astrid did notice that the dragon turtle hurt Magnuson, even though she wasn't able to do anything about it.
Absolutely
So
did.
Yeah,
she
we
would
all saw that.
probably, she was bridging with Yara, so I don't know
Yeah.
how much she was aware of things going on.
Sure.
So she would definitely run over to Magnuson to make sure he's not hurt.
How beat up are you, Magnuson?
So on a scale of 1 to 52, I'm sitting at about a 37.
Right.
So
right. You're looking a little pink, right?
Just have you ever seen a steamed ham?
right. Yeah. Yeah. So looking
Okay.
like really sunburned. Like you can tell it probably
Yeah.
hurts. Yeah.
Like,
All right,
It
I
hurts
will.
to
I will
move.
cast healing word then.
Oh, awesome.
Yara says to the person in the cart with her, "Were you trying to fly? Because you're not very good at it."
Zion, that would be you.
Zion.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Are you trying to fly?
7, Max.
I was trying to. Who are you? Why are you here? I'm sorry. I have to get back to my friends. Thank you very much. And at that point, Zion would turn around because he doesn't know these people.
Right.
Except, wait, what did you just do?
Oh, I talked to the dragon turtle. I told him to be nice. He should be nicer now.
Okay. At this point, I would like Zion to make a. What does he do for this?
I think you actually like used your force to kind of create lenses in front of your own eyes. Wasn't that what you
I want to do it
did?
back to him. I want to do it back to him. With my
Right.
So
Yes, 100%.
So, you see Zion's eyes turn a slight pink purple and roil around as he's looking at you very, very discerningly and like sort of steps back.
you see Yara?
Yeah.
Yara's eyes turn into a rainbow. One of her eyes turns into a rainbow color.
Yeah,
And rainbow light starts to look back at you.
excellent.
And Zion steps back. You're like us? What?
You're like us?
You have to come with me now. This, I don't know what's happening. We have to get back to the queen. She'll be happy to, or not queen. She's, sorry, out of game. What is Phryne right now?
Friday is technically going to be a princess, I guess, right?
Yeah. We have to get back to the princesses. Come with me.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love princesses.
Right. So at this point, I'd say the rest of you have now all gathered. So you're all together, and you see Zion talking to everyone else.
He's
So
like
what was-
us.
What was
He's
the
like us.
result?
Happened.
What was the result of Yara's thing?
Yeah. What animal is he trustworthy?
Wait, what? Wait, I've lost. I'm sorry. What was the thing?
So my rainbow eye.
Right. Yes.
The animals tell me if they're trustworthy.
Oh, yes, absolutely. What do you want Zion
It
to?
depends.
Yeah. What do you want Zion to be right now? Like, what do you need from Zion?
What do I need from Zion?
Yes.
Not much. I was just gonna like save him from being bad at flying.
Right.
So
Done.
I think I just wanted him to make like be okay is not a thing I want from him. I guess.
Sure. Hard
Is
ask.
he a nice person? Is he a nice person?
I would say, okay, I'll say this. Right now, the motivation that Zion has is one that's pure of heart.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm definitely not lying when I say you're like us.
Yep.
Come with me. We need to get a princess.
Absolutely.
None of that was in any way deceptive.
Yep.
That's what you're.
Yeah, no. So I think I absolutely trust him right now because my friends trust him.
Okay. Then I guess you guys start running off towards.
Well, like Amity just is like, there was this halfling who can teleport who stole a thing you can't touch like an idiot, and then there was this golem, and I guess I was on it, and then it fell in the canal, and then I threw the ball at it, and he said something about a dwarf. I don't know.
Well,
I don't think it was
and-
you, Max, though. I think it's some other dwarf.
And Yara calmed the dragon turtle down, so that's okay
Hey,
now.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job, kid.
Yeah, I just had to talk to him in his own language, you know?
So
Max is
everybody's together now. Is that what's
Yep.
happening? Or
Everyone's together. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doro, what have you done now?
Oh, no. Doro's not there. I'm sorry. Everyone
no,
except
I-
Doro's.
No, he
I
just
know,
says that
it's
anyways.
just-
Oh.
No, it's still applicable.
To the
Right.
air.
No, it's always applicable. You might as well just curse him
Whenever-
like every day.
Because of what Amity just said.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. What was your character's name again?
I'm Yara.
No. It says Amity up there. Is that the character?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Amity.
That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Come with me. We have to figure this out.
Okay.
Figure what out?
Sure. Is there gonna be food?
Okay.
There's
Sure.
two paths, Michael, that you could lead them. You could lead them up and along the canal, or you could lead them through the city. Which one would you like to take?
Okay. I'm trying to go back directly wherever I was shot from.
Mhm.
Whatever the fastest route to that.
The canal would be the fastest and most direct way. It's got
Through
the
the
most
barge.
people panicking on it because most people were up towards the canal, so it's got the most people. If you go through the streets, there's less people. That's the difference.
Okay. Well, my main motivation is to try to get back to Phryne and
Yep.
my boyfriend.
Then I would then be
So-
the canal. Okay,
I mean, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'll try to weave through people as best as I can.
totally.
And hopefully these people are following me. I'm assuming that if they're anything like the rest of us, they're not going to be hard to find.
Right,
So,
right.
if they get lost-
You guys are
Especially not,
very
like,
easy
sword
to
fights.
find.
As we're walking,
I'm
I'll
a
say to
literal
everyone
raccoon
else,
person.
Yeah. As we're walking, I'll say, Drosty really likes this guy. He's like, he likes him more than you, Amity, and that's saying a lot.
No, I actually got the vibe Drusty was kind of ambiguous towards me, so, you know,
Well,
that doesn't
No, he
surprise
likes
me.
you. He likes you.
And so to the
Oh,
rest
okay.
of the party, as we're following along,
Yeah.
Tyr did say we should help the new gods, right?
Yeah.
Does Zion hear that?
That
Do you
was
say that so
my
Zion can hear it?
intent.
Hi.
Okay.
That is what Tyr said.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Do we want to listen to Tyr? Because, like, you know...
Well, I mean, the book was better than getting set on fire by the centaurs.
we don't know that. We don't
Low
even
bar.
know, like,
Really
we
low
don't know
bar.
anything.
Lots of things are
We don't
better than
know
getting set on
anything.
fire.
But, like, I mean, that dragon turtle parboiled Mags before Yara talked him down. How do we know he couldn't have talked to the centaurs?
And so Zion is actually listening to this as
Yeah.
he's like walking like carefully.
Sure.
He's not necessarily going to say anything back. He's just sort of listening. He's also deeply concerned right now, so he's not really caring that much.
Yeah.
But he is like well aware that these people are not where they're supposed to be. But then again, neither is
well,
Zion.
if he's in
Yep.
the tower with us, it doesn't matter. He must know what's going on, and he must have his own friends here too.
The
No.
past
You
is
know, we're
the
together.
past. Let's
This is the
focus on
future.
now.
Right. Right.
David
Right.
just puts a hand up real quick and it's like, if he isn't here with us as part of the tower, then he won't be a part of the tower, right?
No, because Tyr said we weren't really in the tower. We
weren't.
were just under the influence of the tower.
Because we went through a book.
Right
I can only
now,
imagine what Zion's thinking.
our main focus
he doesn't know anything about this
is
tower yet.
following this guy.
Or the book or
So
anything.
let's just ask all our questions later and focus on following him.
All
I'm
right.
going to check
following.
real
I'm
quick.
following.
All right.
We're walking and
So,
talking.
as you...
Diamond's actually going to stop for a moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
She's going to stop for a moment,
Okay.
hands down, and try and connect with the Union like she did before to see
Okay.
if she can.
All right, let's pull
Let's-
up the console commands.
All right. Let's then hold right there and take our mid-episode break. We'll take a 10-minute break. We'll come back and we'll get this wrapped up. All right?
All right.
Excellent. See you all in 10 minutes.
Chaos.
Chaos.
The
We
chaos
didn't
variant, as
die.
usual.
We did not.
All right, is everyone in the right hole? Yes. Okay, good. And welcome back to Escape the Union.
Depends on your perspective.
They keep wanting to use box. Is everyone in their right box? Is that better?
Oh,
Yes, I've been
okay.
saying
Trying to
that
put me
since
in
the
a box.
beginning.
I
No one
demand
ever
that it
listens
remain
to me.
whole because now it's a catchphrase.
Oh my god!
That'll be our
Jokes
first
about
T-shirt.
box, I'm a
Is
lesbian.
everyone
I
in
can
their
make
right
jokes
hole?
About the word box.
I mean, we can make a joke about anything if we try hard enough.
Get in the right hole. That's going to be the first T-shirt.
There we go.
All right.
Right.
All right, so you all are running down this canal against traffic, basically, as it's running towards you. I assume you're all trying to keep up with Zion, except for Diamond, who stopped and is trying to bridge with reality, basically.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, like I did before that one time.
All right, what is your goal?
I am just trying to check and see how real Zion is, I guess, is the thing, because they want to know if he's specifically, like, is he in here with us, or are we in here with him, is, like, sort of the thing here.
I see what you're
like,
saying.
Is he a construct made by the Union, or is he, an actual person in some regard?
Gotcha. Okay.
Both simultaneously and
Probably both simultaneously,
Yes.
for being honest.
Yes. All right, so it's very easy to connect with the city. You can touch any part of it, right? But
Yeah.
Zion is trucking, and like you have to keep Zion in range to be able to focus on him, right?
Yeah.
So you quickly shift to like the railing, and you start running with your hand, dancing along the railing to keep connected with the city to make the bridge, but to be able to see Zion, to be able to tell if Zion is real. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like you to go ahead and roll your divinity.
Okay. In my case, it is intelligence. So is it like a saving throw, or
No, just a straight ability check.
So it'd be it's for this one it would be 8 plus your ability plus your proficiency.
Oh, okay. So
Not
it's
not
basically saving
proficiency. Yes, proficiency. I don't know. You know what I mean?
We're always proficient
just
in
roll
our
something
divinities,
and
right?
Yes.
yeah, that's been my day.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't. I was gonna give you one of my luck points, but I think I used them all last
I
game.
think you
You
did,
don't-
sadly.
yeah, you-
Well, they were used well. It wasn't like you wasted them. Like they needed to be used, but yeah.
Yeah, I would have died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so like it's like so Zion starts moving, you all start running up, the camera pans back to Diamond, and Diamond kind of hunches down, touches the ground, then scuttles to catch up and goes to touch the railing, but is so focused on Zion, like you don't quite hit the bridge right. And then so you just see this panda just get blasted across and like down another alley, and there's this like trash and a cat that gets kicked out of the alley, So, but you're able to like to dust yourself off and catch up, but unfortunately that was not
Wow,
successful.
He really is the god of trash, right? He just loves that
It
stuff.
just gets
I like to think
magnetically
Amity was
drawn.
taking up the rear and sees this happen to her and is just like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, she catches up and just like, I will try that again later.
Or you could not,
Well, we need to know if he's real or not.
All right, so
I could stab him.
No, that is not a good way to track it. Things in here bleed.
all right.
So we are kind of like amongst a lot of people, right?
Yeah, but there's people streaming past you constantly, and you're having to shoulder past them.
And I can kind of tell that Zion's very impatient and is trying to get past all these people.
Yes.
I would like to turn into a bear.
Oh dear God.
thanks.
Jesus Christ! It's like having 8 Doros. Okay.
I know.
Okay. You turn into what kind of bear? Just what kind of bear would you like to be?
I'll stay by the rules and I'll say it's a black bear.
Okay, so you turn into a black bear, just in the middle of a
all these
panicked
people, yeah.
crowd.
We're
You
already
turn
panicking.
into a black bear. I would like you to roll
First time in the city. Never been in the city
intimidation
before.
with advantage. That's what I would like you to roll.
Oh, I love this game. Rob, do you love this game?
I do love this game. I do. I really
Amity's
do.
considering taking up mindfulness.
21.
Okay, yeah. You just both back legs, arms in the air, bellowing
Zi-
roar.
Yeah, Zion, right? Here, let me help you. It's okay.
Just
Torvik, where are you?
Exactly, right? So
take care of this bear.
the people who were running away from the thing in your direction are now running towards the bear, and they panic, and half of them run down the alley that our little trash panda was just thrown into. So now they're running towards you, Diamond, which you're gonna have to get around them in a second. But the other half try and go around, and some of them just get shoved out towards the canal, and two people just tumble into the canal.
no.
One woman who looks like she's already swimming, but also a small boy, maybe 4, goes right over the edge.
I throw a rope to the kid. I've got a lot of rope.
Yeah?
It's like my
He's
thing.
4.
He's like 4 years old. I don't know.
What's he gonna do?
I think the bigger issue is him
I
falling
could
down. into the
swim when
canal.
I was 4. You fucking weird.
Could you grab a rope?
Inland landlocked freaks. All right.
Orla's,
no need to get
Orla's
personal.
like Orla's swinging through the emerald glades at 4. You're just like one rope
Okay,
after the next.
Firstly, let's talk about how do you swing through a glade.
I don't know. I'm not even sure what a glade is.
Secondly, like, what are we attaching? What am I swinging from?
You've
Just
spent
I'm in a field.
you spent
A
you
chandelier.
spent your
Duh.
youth you spent your youth
Okay.
attaching a variety of ropes to the trees in the glade, and you
Or just
got
give me one to
Okay, but there,
hold in
okay,
my
but
teeth.
that, a glade is a clear. You know what?
what?
No,
No.
you're not. I'm not. You're not pulling me down this insane rabbit hole again. We've done this before.
Fair.
When I talk about what words really mean,
Yes.
you just stare me down, but we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it again.
Fair.
Okay, so I apparently, unlike on my island where kids learn to swim, this island people just don't learn to swim for some reason.
I
despite
do-
being surrounded on all
I
sides
do love
by water.
I do love the
Um,
idea though of you just hurling a rope and smacking this kid dead in the face as he's like, right.
Oh, what? Okay, so I loop the rope around the canal railing and I just jump in and get the kid.
Nice. Okay, I would like you just to give me an athletics roll to get that whole procedure done nicely.
Yeah. Okay.
Or how much time you sink into it, really.
Right. Whoa, that was almost
Oh.
great, and then bad, and then okay. Okay, so what is your
It's like the
what is your
opposite of what I
total?
just did.
Yeah,
13 total.
yeah. So you're able to like to loop it, dive with one hand, and you hit the water. You've got an arm under the kid, and you're both above water, and you've got tension on the rope, and that's where you are right now.
Cool.
All
I
right.
would like as soon as possible to pull us both out and start following the others.
What are the
now,
rest of you
which
doing?
is now easier
Yeah.
because one of them's a bear.
I'm actively not helping the situation.
Yes. So you're just being a
I
bear.
will actively go help the situation.
Okay, so you're gonna help. So you're able to get her out of the canal pretty easily, and you're able to
Send a
catch up
child
to
scurrying on
Zion.
their way away from the scary bear.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say, hey, Zion, don't worry. This is still Yara. She's fine.
Oh, Zion, we can't
And
hear you.
he's muted.
You're muted, buddy. Still muted, sadly.
Not
Oh, yeah.
muted on Zoom.
Oh, you're not muted on Zoom, so it must be something with your audio. We'll
It's
figure it
fine
out.
now, though.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Girl from Infinite.
Nope.
Unfortunately, no. Still, we
he's
can't
gone
hear
again.
you. Yeah.
There we go.
What?
Wait, Michael?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's someone else. We still can't hear Michael. Oh no! Oh no! All right, so
We'll edit
Michael,
this out of the,
we'll hold and we'll come back to you in a second. Okay? Fiddle with your audio. Keep talking at us, and as soon as we hear you, we'll jump back. But for right now, you guys are all following Michael, and you get to a part where it opens wider because the canal meets this central fountain and kind of wide circular lake area. And you can see where several of these barges have been upturned. There's a huge statue on top of this thing that's just been destroyed, like only a piece of it remains. Water's been has flooded the nearby houses and homes and buildings that it got shot out of the canal. And Zion just kind of stops for a second and is like looking, trying to see where his friends are.
He's speechless.
Basically, yes.
He's speechless. Oh no, what happened to Michael's audio?
All right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Michael, you might
Is
want
it plugged in still? Like
Is it in your headphone on? If it's your headphone on your computer, heads up. Thumbs up if it's your if it is your computer mic. Are those headphones possibly out of power? No. Okay. So
It
they
looks
have
like
power.
they're wired.
Oh, they are wired.
So on the Zoom call,
Yeah.
he's not muted.
Right. Okay. Good.
Okay, I'm trying to think what else.
I guess should check his audio import via Zoom. You know what? We're gonna come right back after a quick break as we figure this out, and we'll see you guys in like 5 minutes. We'll be right back.
Gotta bring back Michael's voice.
All right. So Michael, try this.
I literally did nothing.
That's so weird.
this must
I
be my
believe you.
computer.
All right, and we're back. We don't know why it works, but it does. So we're gonna jump right into it. Michael,
Yeah.
go.
Okay. So seeing this though, I reach out with my divinity to try to reach that woman that fell over as well, because
Yes.
I see that the other people, the kid is being taken care of.
Easily.
I want to try to reach that other woman and bring her to shore.
Yeah, that's not hard for you at this point at all. So you just stop for a moment. You're able to pick her up and drop her onto the shore easily.
Right.
Yeah, and so the
Okay.
rest of you, he speaks this like he just extends a hand, and this like pink and purple energy kind of swirls around him. It's not like super bright, just the lightest hint of it, and extends to her and just scoops her right out of the water and drops her on the canal shore, I suppose.
I sort of half turn and, as though to say, "Come with me," without saying anything, and keep running toward where I hope my friend Phryne and Cyrena, as well as my boyfriend Para, might still be.
Okay, so you guys are just basically right at that point where it opens up into like that little circular lake with the fountain in the middle, and you just kind of press against the edge of the railing for a moment, looking out over because that's where your barge was. You see it upturned and laying against the fountain. It's completely turned over. Half of it is still smoldering. There's several other barges in the area that have also been upturned. The statue's been destroyed in the center. The buildings are flooded all around you. And I would like you to roll. How are you trying to? Who are you looking for the most? Who are you most concerned about?
Para,
Right.
obviously Para.
How are you trying to find Para?
Well, looking for him specifically, if I see him, I know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Or any sort of like fire,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
any
I
sort of
have.
smoldering things.
Yeah. What do
How
you?
obvious is it that you're trying to find people?
I would say he's leaning on a railing, like.
I am obviously like looking like my life depends on it. Like, where the
Who-
fuck where's this
Who
thing?
are you looking for?
Well, you don't know this. I'm looking for my boyfriend, but like, do you say that out loud?
Yes, I ask you, who are you looking for?
I'm looking for my friends. They can help us. And okay, I'm looking for my friends. Para, he's about yay tall.
Oh, he's the one
Super
who has to
cute,
brown
Yes, I
really
have-
nice.
I have a
Cute,
really bad
dark
idea.
skin.
I love bad ideas. Say it.
He
He
runs
was
really
great.
hot, so it's fun to cuddle with him at night.
He was
Alright.
he was the one in the Ring of Fire.
Right.
Yep.
Do you want help?
That's right, because you saw that. We all
Yes,
saw
and
that.
if
Yep.
you can help
Yeah.
me,
So
yes.
yeah, we did see them.
Okay, so he said he wants help. Can I bridge with him?
Yeah. I mean, if
Wait,
you.
wait. Let me think for 1 second. Have I bridged yet?
Oh, have you guys bridged yet?
But
Wait.
it doesn't matter because we activate the bridge, don't we?
Because
Correct.
he has explicitly stated that he's looking for a friend, and it's fairly obvious
Yep.
that this friend is very close to him.
Yep.
So if he's tied with his friend, it is
Oh.
possible that Ashrin can see the tethers between them.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you supercharge your strand.
If I
Yes.
supercharge Zion, he might be able to use some of my power to find the
the
person he's
connection
looking
to
for.
Para. Yeah.
That's my bad idea.
Because
Alright.
nothing
Yeah.
bad has ever happened with bridging.
No.
If me and Ashton ever make it back to the real Ani, we should open like a detective agency and like find
Honestly,
people.
yeah.
Like, we would be
Yes.
like a pulp noir detective duo. I just
Yeah.
feel like that would be really
Ashford
good.
would just make a killing finding people's lost keys.
Yeah.
Yep.
So okay,
I love it.
Now Zion already does know about the bridge
Yes.
because they kind of developed it when they were on the boat.
Yes.
You
Well,
know,
found
We did
it.
first, but
Yeah,
Turtle
you
Bay.
guys found it because
Chronologically, but-
they were the
But-
ones who invented it. Yeah.
But
Right.
but Zion has not yet really experienced that. He doesn't do that until they in his timeline, go toward the Union.
Right.
And
Yeah.
circle his stuff and
Right.
like they do the bridge with the big
Mhm.
what's it called, the observatory, and when
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Bennett.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. When
Right,
you were trying to protect the telescope, correct?
telescope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
with-
Right, right. Where I
So,
ignored the
yeah.
curvature of the
So-
Earth to allow you to teleport like 500 miles or some
So
bullshit.
Zion, in any timeline so far that we've discovered, has not yet done the bridge in this point in his history.
Mhm.
So he wouldn't understand necessarily what you're saying, but if you said, "Can I help you?" he'd
Yeah.
be like, "Well, yeah." So my
Okay.
friend is about yay tall, brown hair, curly, dark skin. He's got some little tattoos right here, look really cute, like really shirts and stuff.
Then it's fairly obvious that he has a connection to this person.
Yeah,
What is
totally.
Zion wearing?
What are you wearing,
Zion's
Zion?
Wearing he's wearing a reddish cowl, as usual. He has sort of a wrapped up white sort of mummy strings around his arms.
Mummy
and,
strings.
yeah. Let's see.
Hang on.
I'll show
Is there
some,
any
checking
like
your character.
here's some
sigil?
fan art that I like.
Is there
Yeah.
a sigil or design or something on it?
Wait. Can't quite see it. More. Move
I'm
more.
looking for it.
Higher.
Higher. Higher. Higher.
To the-
Higher. To the left. To the left. To the left. There it is.
Down.
There it is. You
I
can kind of
can't-
see it.
I can't
Yes,
see it.
boy.
Podcast
We-
listeners,
we
let
know
us
it, though.
know if you can hear this
You know
or
what?
see this.
Hang on. There. That's. Oh wait. That did not
I
work.
can't see it.
We can't
Yeah.
see
Is
it.
there, is there
That
any
was
sort
fun.
of sigil
And it's
or?
actually-
There's. Oh shoot! Wow.
Hey!
That is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. But that's what Zion looks like.
Holy crap, Zion's huge now!
That's gigantic.
Zion.
Yeah.
I am a god.
It's like, wow, this timeline got weird when Zion turned into a giant.
So Ashrin is going to trace any of the
Nice.
embroidery
Nice.
or sigils or whatever you have on what
Yeah.
you're wearing, and push her power into you.
Would there be Kadarian awesome, Michael. Would there be
There
Kadarian
you go, you got it.
symbology on Zion?
No, because they don't believe in symbology.
That's true. They don't.
Um,
but like, would there be some kind of simple decorative thread border
Well,
or something
obviously-
like that?
Well, obviously he's wearing Kadarian robes.
Yeah. Yeah, nice ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very high
you
thread
go to
count
wedding.
for you to work with Ashrin. Absolutely. So what are you trying to do as far as mechanically?
Mechanically, I think bridging with him so that he can better find someone.
Yeah.
I'm not
There-
sure. So
there is a
Ashrin's
second level spell called Find Objects. If you want to reflavor it as Find Person, you could do that.
There's
Because
that.
there's also a spell called Find Person, and it's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah. There's also
But he's
that.
5th level. So you
Right.
could-
Well,
He's a
there's
sorcerer as
also
well, so.
there's also the fact that you're trying to find a thread between the two of them, and that thread is pretty well established. So
Yes.
you can just kind of we can just be like, just I want a divinity, my divinity, which is completely acceptable, right?
I want to make the thread between those two visible to him.
Neat. Okay, then I want you two to bridge. So you're bridging for the first time. So please
Yes.
roll your respective divinities.
Can't
Oh,
possibly
this is
go
gonna
wrong.
be.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
I never trust a DM when they say it's fine.
That's a good
Oh,
start. That's a good start.
Nice.
Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael.
Hard to find. I had to get to another screen.
Not a problem.
You're good.
They're just gonna
19.
Yes.
Oh, I meant to
Whoa.
fix that on our breaks.
That's all
My
right.
bad.
No, we
Okay, so yeah, I mean, so
19 and 21.
Zion, there's this power. Like you've gotten pretty used to your own power, but now there's that same power coming back at you from someone else. And at first, as your hands are going towards each other, you guys have to fight because it's like putting two magnets, against each other that are opposites, right?
I actually think I'm behind him,
Oh, nice. Okay, all right.
trying to hold his shoulders and like look with him,
Okay.
like over his shoulder.
Then you have to push in for a moment, and there's resistance, and then all of a sudden it's like shunk, you just get pulled right in. Your hands are gripped around his shoulders, and Michael, you just feel him. Zion just feels
Because we're
empowered.
both about the same height, so.
Yeah, that works out. Yeah. So yeah, Zion just feels flush with divine energy.
Power.
Yep. And your eyes flare over with that pink and purple, just like they did before, and spiraling out of your chest, right from your heart, is this intertwining cording of pink and purple energy that goes out over the canal in front of you, then down through an alley, then kind of curves off left and into it. And you feel, for a moment, you can hear like breathing and a heartbeat, and they're both slow and steady. And when you close your eyes, you can just feel Para near you. Like you can just feel him. You can kind of like feel his breath on your neck, and like just kind of get his scent just a little bit. And then just barely around him, you can see that he's on the floor of a wagon, and on either side of him on benches are 3 elves on one side and 3 elves on the other side. They don't appear to be from Ani. There's a crack of a whip which kind of breaks you out of it, and this wagon pulls off down that alley.
That was him. That was him, right?
Yeah, that was, and you saw all that too,
Zion,
Ashra.
Avengers assemble! We gotta get my boyfriend!
That was him, right? That's who you're looking for.
Well, first of all, okay, who is an elf here?
Good question.
Yara.
Yara.
Who's Tiara?
Okay, so you're the only one that I just am never gonna trust because Zion is a racist. Sorry.
He's from Kadar.
It's
It
my
tracks.
fault. It's my fault. I had like every elf
Wait, do
you
you
met.
say that to me?
No, I'm telling you out of
Okay.
game.
Okay.
This is the internal monologue as you just get a death glare for no reason that you can understand.
Right, for no
She smiles
reason
and
at
waves.
all. Zion,
She's also
like,
currently a bear.
Yeah, that's
shifts the bear, a stink eye,
Right.
and she says, "With me!" And I start running toward whatever I just saw from Ashrin. I give a nod toward Ashrin, like as though a thank you,
Yeah.
a bewildered thank you, because I have no idea what just happened,
Sure.
or how it happened.
Sure.
But I'm gonna deal with that later because I have bigger fish to fry.
We're
Right.
gonna compartmentalize that.
And yours like fish and goes running off.
Can I, from my experience last time, like 10 minutes ago with bridging from Yara,
Yes.
if I know Zion is gonna leave the bridge, can I be prepared?
Yeah, this time you both kind of just let go. Like it was
Okay.
very violent when Yara leapt at this incredible speed away from you, but as Zion parts, you guys kind of both just like it's almost like maintaining the bridge is flexing a muscle, and as soon as you're able to let go of it, as long as it's not snapped closed, you're fine.
Yeah, because this is my 3rd time now.
Yeah, you're pretty used to this at this point.
Okay.
You are the master of bridging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this timeline, you are now the most experienced person in bridging.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
You got the bridging badge right there. You're all set. So you guys have to run around the edge of this like inner lake, right? So it takes you, I'd say, about 10 minutes to fight your way all the way through, but you're finally there. Much of the area has cleared out now. Anian soldiers and Anian paladins have descended on the area and are just pushing people back, trying to maintain order, rescuing who needs rescue. There's boats in the water that are pulling people out, and you are at this alley. And you guys kind of like go into the back, and now it's kind of like a little quieter as you pull away from the main street.
Well, he was here.
Yeah. When I hear you guys kind of say that, I think I'm gonna pop up. I'm gonna try and help look. And I remember from before that the Diamond was good at this, so I think I'm gonna like grab hold of Diamond, and I'm gonna be like, "Here, okay, check the ground. We're trying to find where somebody would have went. So I'm trying to investigate the ground for traces of things.
Oh, we are looking for the same person he said before.
Yeah.
Could I access my divinity as a bear?
What are you trying to do?
That depends on if I could access my abilities, my divinity as a bear.
I mean,
because I'm seeing
it's always part of you.
yeah.
Yeah. So my question is, so I'm seeing a lot. So this area, let me just confirm what you said, was hit by the meteor, right?
Yes.
So there's a lot of people that are hurting, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. There's a lot, but there's also a lot of people helping. But yeah, there's definitely people hurt.
So could I take a moment? We kind of talked about this a while ago. I don't know if you remember, but like, could I, in my bear form, like, use my divinity to heal some of the people around us?
Yes. I imagine you're going to pick
remember that conversation?
Yeah. Are you going to pick the more wounded ones because the other ones will be terrified of you?
The extremely wounded ones.
Right. The ones that can't help but be healed. The ones that can't crawl away from the bear.
From the
Can't
bear.
scream in terror.
The weirdest triage ever.
You're just lying there on the pavement with your head turned, staring in horror as this bear's lumbering towards you.
Right?
Yeah, I get.
That's also how I expected it
I got
to go,
I'm half dead from a meteor, and now apparently I'm going to be eaten by a bear in the largest city, in the
This
Five
is the worst
Kingdoms.
wedding ever.
This is the worst day ever.
Sounds like my cousin's wedding.
All right, so how does Bear Yara heal?
So let's imagine like she kind of wanders off in bear form, and there's just a area where there's a lot of people that will get to you as soon as we can, but we have to rescue more people. So I just imagine like, her whole thing is like with fairies, right? So like she just kind of like allows her essence to move forward, and like glittery dust begins to fall on the people around her.
Yeah.
And she loses some of her own health when she does this. I think that's what we decided on.
Yeah.
But through it, even though she's now weakened, she sees and feels these people being healed.
Yeah. Okay, so your bear was kind of like lumbering forward, and then you kind of slow down as you're seeing all these people healed around you until you've slowed to a small walk, and and like all these little glowing particles keep coming off you, and like towards the end you just kind of stumble onto one knee because you've just exhausted yourself, but like half a dozen people in your immediate area are now sitting up and like holding what they thought was a gaping wound but is now healed.
And I think at this point she would lose all that hit points from bear form and just turn back into herself, still a little weakened, but not
totally
terrible.
Who's coming up right behind you? Who was right behind Yara?
Anyone
Originally
really.
me, but then I ran ahead to
Right.
try and investigate the tracks, like try to find any evidence of where people had gone with Diamond. So I think I'm not at the back.
Ashton was trying to
Diamond
stay
went
with Zion.
Yeah, let's say it's Mags is pretty much like the one who's always there to help. So Magnuson, like right in front of you, you see Yara's bear form kind of collapse onto one knee and turn back into Yara.
You're all right there.
She looks a little sweaty now, and she's like, I've never done that before. It took a lot out of me.
Done
And-
what?
Help so many people. And she kind of just looks, and you see as the people are starting to get up.
I think he's just trying to put two and two together here. It's just like
Sure.
watching and trying to take a couple mental notes.
Sure. And you like are looking as you look, like you can see that they're all kind of, they're just clearly stunned that they're better. Like they're covered in blood, but you can see where their shirts have been ripped open, but there's no wounds underneath. It's just they're soaked in their own blood, but they're not wounded.
I think he's kind of just a little like stunned.
Sure.
Damn.
Sure.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yara's a badass, yo.
She's gonna get us. She's gonna kill us all.
I will kill you all.
He's like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know how to contribute on that grand of a scale, so all right.
All right. So as you all are now collecting in the alley, Amity, you've dashed ahead a little bit. Zion, I imagine you're right on her tail.
Right. Well, I'm just frantic at this point, trying
Yeah.
to find Thera and trying to find my friends.
Yeah, well, you very clearly see tracks. It was a pretty heavy wagon with all those people in it. You clearly see tracks pulling ahead. What do you guys do?
I want. You go first, Michael.
No, I'm just saying I'm just running.
Yeah.
Towards whatever those tracks go.
Totally.
I'm not a great huntsman.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how to follow secret tracks or whatever. But if I see
it's
heavy
pretty
tracks
clear.
and that cord that I still see from Ashran that
Yep.
connected me to it, then I'm just gonna head towards that as fast as I can.
Perfect.
And hope these other people follow me. If they don't, whatever. I don't really care that much.
Right.
Because,
you do
I care
anything
about
to
people I know.
protect them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna run as well, and I'm double dashing, so I'll probably stay ahead of other people.
Yeah.
But I want to do it as stealthily as possible. In fact, if I could even make it to a rooftop.
Okay.
And run along the rooftop.
Just give me an acrobatics. So you don't have to really break your stride. Like you hop onto a trash can, then hop onto a thing, and you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I just want to.
There you go. Little fucking ninja that you are. Yeah. Excellent.
So yeah, I'm gonna run along the rooftops, try and stay out of sight of whoever we're following.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
I don't love the whole situation. As I'm running, I just want to put my hand in my pocket, and I think you know what I'm going for.
100% I do. 100% I
I'm
do.
just I hate this, but I keep going.
Right. All right. So you have jumped up and onto the rooftop. Zion's running on the ground, basically parallel to you as you guys are coming to where it opens back towards the street. And you get first view on this. You can see the wagon. The wagon has pulled out into traffic, basically, because there's still people everywhere, and is trying to cross a bridge so it can head out towards it looks like it's heading straight to the wall to leave the city. You can see what the driver of this carriage talking to one of the Anian paladins, and you see money exchanged. The paladin nods, shouts to the other two, and it starts to work its way onto the bridge.
Okay, that pisses her off. How far away from the end of the building is the wagon currently?
You are currently 200 feet away.
So can't jump onto the wagon is what you're telling me.
Well, what you could do is there in front of you at the edge of the building is a thick black cable that's been run from the building towards a pole on the side because they're setting up lights all over the place.
Time to get real Assassin's Creed in here.
Ooh, okay.
So, because I said they strung those up everywhere. So yeah, there's a big old cord right in front of you, running right down to next to the thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking zip line and shit.
Oh, you're gonna zip line? Is that what you're gonna do?
Talking about?
So how are you zip lining? What are you using to zip line?
Well, we discussed me having loads of those little face bandanas.
100% we did.
Face bandanas.
Yes.
So I'm gonna use those.
All right, awesome. So you're going to try that. So the rest of you are basically emptying out into the main street right now. Zion, you also now see this wagon as it pulls up onto the bridge. What are you doing?
Well, rushing towards it. As
Right.
soon as I can get towards it,
Yep.
I'm going to reach out with my divinity, and I'm going to destroy one of the wagon wheels.
Nice. Okay.
Like pull out the spoke from it.
Nice.
Well, I don't know. It depends on what I see.
Sure.
Like, you need to describe this better for me.
So-
is this like Anian soldiers, trying to protect my boyfriend and take him away to the palace so
No.
he's nice and safe? Or are there these Rylandic assholes that are trying to steal him for his divinity? I don't know what's happening.
So what you're seeing is you are seeing a elf with a hood up, right?
Yeah.
And you're seeing the wagon that you briefly saw in this vision, or you're seeing a wagon that feels like the right one, right? Because you saw the inside of it, but this feels like the right wagon. And you see them lean out, hand a gold to one of these Anian paladins, and that guy waves them through because they were just guarding the bridge. They were just keeping people from crossing the bridge and letting just officials out to try and get them out of Ani. So now they're crossing this. They're beginning to cross this empty bridge. And if they get over the bridge,
to where? I'm not understanding where
so
it would go.
over the canal, there's several bridges. So this is one of the bridges that goes over the canal to the other side.
Okay.
So that's what you're doing. Okay, so Ashran, what are you doing?
I was staying with Zion to make sure
Right.
he didn't need me again. But
Right.
if he's gonna do something divinely, maybe I could try to reconnect to the bridge.
Okay.
And can you be more powerful again?
Are you going to do it while you're running?
Well, no, I wouldn't be running. Like if like I see
Oh.
that this is a clear and present danger.
Yes.
That these are elves that are holding like, my boyfriend.
Totally.
I'm obviously gonna plant in place.
Yes.
Focus.
Yeah.
And reach out with my divinity.
So-
pull one of those wheels.
Do you have a
Weapons roll towards
200-foot range at this point?
No.
No.
Okay.
120 is the highest.
So how are you going to get closer?
I suddenly take Doro's power and blink there.
Wouldn't that be great?
Kill Doro, take his divinity, and blink.
Wouldn't that be great? I'm the demigod of borrowing fucking powers, Aram. Deal with it.
No, I'm so weak back then.
Mhm.
God. So basically, all I can do is just rush towards him. I
Okay.
don't have the divine power to like stop him yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't
So
have anything that'll make us faster.
Yeah,
so
so I'm just gonna run as fast as a stupid little mortal kid with like below average like.
you were decently fit. Your brother had you training all the time. You were
Yeah,
great
I
at
was training all the
horseback
time,
riding.
doing best I
Like
could, but,
you're
like,
not
I'm
like.
like,
Yeah, you're not like you're an Olympic gymnast, but like you're a lot better shape than I've ever been in my entire life at 15. You know, so it's not
Okay,
bad.
Anyway, well, I'm gonna run as fast as I can towards that thing.
All right, and
That's all I
everyone
can do.
running is everyone running after Zion who's not on a roof.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a quick. How fast does that wagon seem to be hauling ass?
Right now, really slow because it's just working its
Really
way
slow.
up onto
Okay.
the bridge. But
I-
once it's clear of the people, you imagine it'll pick up pace.
I have a dumb idea.
Yeah, let me
I
hear
have
it.
a more
Is
idea.
there, if I look into the canal,
Yes.
is there a series of
Pretty good. If you get in the
potential
water
jumping
one more
points?
time.
where I
There
could maybe
are
cross the
a
canal from
series
in the
of
water?
half-sunken barges, rescue boats, and other vehicles that would let you cross the canal and get to the bridge.
Okay,
If,
so
but aren't you in metal armor?
Yes. This is why he keeps
Right.
getting in the water.
but
Yeah,
He needs
but
Mariner's armor.
yeah.
I'm going to cast a spell
Oh, okay.
called
Okay.
Expeditious Retreat.
Right.
Hey.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So I can move fast.
Right. Okay. So then I
Which
will
means
say
I
that
can try to push myself forward instead of sinking.
you can move fast and reach them, and also I will allow that to eliminate the disadvantage I was going to impose on you.
Oh.
So yes, you'll be doing that. Diamond, what are you doing?
Diamond, sees this, wagon going and kind of like, putting things together. It's just like, okay, this is apparently what we're looking for. This is, what we found at the back at that alleyway there. She, seeing this and like seeing the others like take off after it, like briefly just like looks over at, her construct pal Kintsugi and just says, I've been hurt a lot today, and there's just been a lot of running, and I'm wondering really. I didn't expect this out of the day. How about you? And like Kintsugi just like shakes its head for a moment, and she's like, "Yes, it's going to be one of those days." And she like immediately is just gonna like break into a sprint, like going down, all fours, no care there. I've got that tabaxi thing that lets me go zoomies.
You're
so,
definitely
like,
going
I,
zoomies. Yep.
yeah, so it's like like one moment, everyone else is like kind of running, and then just like poof past you is this like on all fours raccoon person and a metal dog
Question.
coming like right after her.
Are you running around to the bridge, or are you following Magnuson's lead and jumping from flotsam to flotsam?
Oh, I'll follow Mag's lead on this one, so
All
that way
right.
he's not alone.
All right, then it all kicks off. First, Amity, I would like you to roll. What do you think? Athletics or acrobatics to leap off the?
Well, I would like to think acrobatics.
I would like to think acrobatics. Then let's do acrobatics. Let's say you do on your zip lining. Yeah, right.
16.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so how do you do this? You just get to the edge and drop down and just swing.
See, I have a question
Yeah.
because it'll determine what there's two things I might do.
Okay.
If I'm going with this zip line and I'm catching up with this wagon.
Yeah.
Can I see? Is it the kind of covered wagon where I can see in the back?
Okay, so it's got like it's a wooden wagon all the way up and top, and there's a door that's closed, so there's no way
So
to
I
look
can't
in right
see
now.
anything inside.
Exactly. They have like little curtains drawn inside of it. It's like a nice wagon. It's relatively
Yeah.
fancy, and there are
Kind of
curtains
almost
inside.
a carriage more than a wagon.
Almost a carriage, except it's a little large. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's leaning. It's like on the spectrum towards.
It's like
carriage.
a
Totally.
cargo wagon.
Yeah. It's like a fancy paddy wagon. That's what it is. Just the fanciest. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And like this this cord that you're looking at now, right? It goes all the way down and then right over the bridge. So if you time it right, you'll be over the carriage as it passes under.
Great. What I want to do is I want to basically drop into the seat beside the guy driving the wagon, and then I want to stab him.
Ooh.
Of course you do. All right. I would like you to roll your acrobatics roll first. Oh no, you did. I'm sorry. You rolled
I just
that.
did. I got a 16.
So you jump down, you grab it with your bandana, you're hanging by it as this little halfling just swings back and forth in the air. Zion comes rushing out behind you. Magnuson comes rushing out behind you. Yara was helped up, but is running fine now. So you all come bursting out of this alley just as she's kind of sliding down over all of you, and you just want to land next to the seat.
Literally on the seat beside the guy.
It's like a
who's driving
5-foot
his
drop.
wagon,
Yeah, so boom,
and then
you
run him
land.
through with my rapier.
I would say he's surprised. Roll to hit.
Yeah.
I would also say he's probably surprised.
You also get sneak attack because he's surprised.
I do get
Mhm.
sneak attack.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
That sweet, sweet advantage.
It's so great. Don't really help, but okay.
17.
17?
17 definitely hits.
Okie dokie.
So you click the short
This-
sword and then you do.
Yeah, I did. It's just rolling slowly. So that's 8
Okay.
piercing damage.
8 piercing damage,
And I
right?
just gotta roll my sneak attack.
This
I have
guy.
lost on
I'd say this
this.
poor guy, but he's got it coming.
I can I think my sneak attack's not. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I thought it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I apologize.
No, it was in a different part of the sheet than I expected. So that's 6 on my sneak attack.
Okay, so that's 14
So that's
total.
14 total.
Yeah. Describe how you kill him.
Really quietly. Like I land on the seat beside him.
Yeah.
I just run him through with the rapier with my arm like around his waist, and I just take the reins of the wagon.
Okay, so you're gonna need an animal control in just 1 second. Ashran, as you run out you all just kind of like burst out of this alley, right? And there's still people everywhere, so you're still dodging them. You run smack into a girl and knock her down.
I try to help her up.
Okay, you reach to help her, and as soon as you grasp her arm, you feel divine energy from her.
Oh shit. Do I recognize this person?
Have you seen Caitlin? Yes, you have seen. You have seen.
No.
No, you
No, I
haven't
have
seen
not.
Caitlin.
No.
No, so you don't recognize her. But as she looks up at you as you help her up, she kind of turns her head and she's like, "Oh, I know you. Hang on." And she pulls out a book and hands it to you.
Oh.
Are you from Tyr?
Nope, don't know who that is, but I've seen you in my dreams. Here.
Okay, I will take the book.
Okay. It's a leather-bound journal about the size of an iPad, right? And the leather binding goes over the entire thing, over the sides and the front of it, and then it's held with 2 heavy bronze clasps. Caitlin!
Do you want
And
to
you
come
see
with
a
us?
man run out and grab her by her arm. "We have to go." And looks like probably her dad, right? Maybe an older brother. And she's like, "Okay, bye." And they just vanish into the crowd.
I'm gonna clasp the book towards my chest
Yeah.
and keep running.
All right, excellent. So you guys
'Cause
all
I'm trying to be Zion's battery.
right, all right. So you guys all burst out, and you all will basically gonna be at the carriage. Zion, you'll be there first at the carriage at the next round. In fact, you're close enough now that you can
Yeah,
get
here's
it,
the
Zion. So
Well, I'm gonna try and stop. Like when I
Right.
grab the reins, I'm trying to stop the carriage.
I would say
I'm
you
not trying to
saw
do
her
anything
do
fancy.
that.
I'm just
Yeah.
stopping.
Do you want to do anything else, Zion, or do you want to wait and see if she takes control?
Well, if she manages to take control, there's no reason for Zion to do anything.
Right. Okay.
Except get there and find Para.
Right.
Get there and blast a bunch of Rhinlandic elves that are sitting in
Right,
the
well,
back
that's
seat.
also
Right.
true.
Great.
Yeah.
Sorry about it, but time for some,
All right. I would like Orla. I would like you to roll animal handling.
Okay, we're gonna see what
That's
happens.
fair, right?
Oh, I accidentally rolled an advantage.
That's okay.
Doesn't
Roll
matter,
it
they're
again.
both- Terribly
both
toast.
truly bad.
They're both, yeah. Oh no,
Truly,
you're
really
right. They're
bad.
both terrible. So,
So it
you
doesn't matter.
reach over to grab it, but like the reins are like kind of caught up in his like gauntlet, and it's hard to wrench him free. And as you pull, it's still like it was starting to pick up a speed and just turns towards the right, and you get looks like you might go right over the edge of this
Right
bridge.
as I see like this thing careening away,
Sure.
that's when I'm going to reach out with my divinity,
Yeah.
and grab the cog,
Yeah.
and try to pull it out.
Okay. I would like you to roll your divinity.
Am I distracted enough by Caitlin not to help?
I would say that you were pretty focused at this moment, and like if it goes over the edge, you'll definitely see that.
Okay.
Thanks, Aral.
You're welcome.
Oh no.
He got
Oh,
a
no.
7 on his divinity score.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
Okay, so Zion, you kind of panic, and instead of a pull, you kind of push. So as they were careening towards it, you go to grab the back end, and you kind of force the back end over. It slides around the whole wagon, smacks into the side of it, and the force of that is just going to carry it right over. So now it's like
Okay.
tipping over the edge.
Okay, I'm going to scramble up from the wagon
Yep.
seat. I'm trying to get across the roof towards the door. I need to get the door open.
Okay, hold right there.
Because if the
Yeah,
shit.
hi, hold right there. Diamond and Magnuson, what are you two doing?
Okay, so I have. I will let Diamond do her thing first.
Yes.
And I have one of two things I would like to do.
Okay,
Well,
perfect.
I guess the bigger thing is like, are we getting like right as we see this thing coming down, basically?
You basically you saw it careen towards the edge, and then you saw the back end get slammed by this magical energy and just hits the edge and is now tipping over the far edge from you.
Diamond's gonna like freeze up a bit, like look, to Magnuson because she's
Okay.
not really sure. It's like
Well-
I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve, but catching that angle
I have-
is
Yeah.
basically
I
the
have-
look on her face.
The both of you
have-
are scampering over this flotsam and debris. You could continue running under the bridge if you wish to.
I have a diff. So is it falling directly above me?
So yeah, so if you're about to pass under the bridge and you're seeing it like just as you get there fall and like kind of tumble down in front of you,
How high up is it?
about 20 feet.
So not something I could really realistically jump and reach that height.
I don't know. Does your spell let you jump 20 feet up?
Well, expeditious retreat.
Right.
Besides 10 to your move speed, doesn't allow
Just
you
adds
to.
movement
Right.
speed.
Okay. So no, you don't get vertical leap, dwarf. Sorry.
Okay. So that cuts that. Do horses understand common?
Nope.
No.
No.
I love that question, but no, they don't.
People give
Thinking
horses
real-
commands.
Real
Well,
horses do. Is it
yeah.
insofar as like
I mean,
you
like,
know, you can be like
are you gonna shout "whoa"?
no. But they don't.
Well, I just want to tell it to do something.
All right, if you say
It
whoa,
works.
then yes.
Yeah, I mean, like if you gave it a command,
Well, I have-
maybe.
that was exactly what I was going to do.
Okay,
I was
all
going
right.
To cast the spell command.
Oh, and shout "whoa"! Now
no,
that,
and
oh,
shout grovel.
but
Because
it's
not
the
fair.
command word
No,
grovel.
that's
I
not
like
fair.
it.
Target
I see what you're
falls.
saying, but it's falling. So it like doesn't have options. Like that horse is attached to a wagon that's going over a thing. So it's like
Do you think it's falling in the canal because it's too full of itself?
It was just a thought.
the horse's
fine.
beach body is ready, and he is going to show it off.
I guess what I will do is actually start positioning myself to maybe start catching people falling out of the wagon.
Sure,
as
sure.
The wagon starts to tumble.
Right. So you're less about stopping and more about search and rescue. You've already kind of shifted into that mode.
I'm the backup plan.
Right,
because
all right.
None of the plans I've got circulating in my head are going to work.
I-
so,
Because Amity never has one of those.
I weirdly have an idea.
Okay.
So can I see into the wagon?
You
at all when there are
cannot.
People or no?
You cannot see
I
into the
can or
wagon. You can't.
Sorry, say again.
Sorry, you
No.
cannot see into the wagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can see the horses, right?
Oh yeah. Absolutely, both of them. They're very upset.
Bag. Gonna reach into my bag. I don't know how this is gonna interact, but I'm gonna reach into my bag.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out 2 of those pearls from like I had before.
Right.
I'd like to cast Featherfall on the horses.
There's no reason why you can't do that. All right. Outstanding. So you toss this pearl at the horse, I imagine, and it
there's
turns
like two
into
pearls that I'm just like, she looks at them for a moment, like pulls out her slingshot and just rapid fire, just boop boop, like, you know, like hits one horse with a pearl, hits another horse with a pearl.
Yep. And then these little, Glenda the Good Witch bubbles just bloop bloop around both of them, and there's just these horses, these very panicked horses who are now falling. The problem is, though, the wagon isn't feather falling. So
yeah, that's one of those cases where I'm hoping in this case it's like, because they're connected via the harnesses and stuff there, it might slow things overall down.
Yes. Okay, so here's what happens. So they go bloop bloop, and all of a sudden they're not falling nearly as fast, but the wagon still is and is connected to them. So the horses are like, for a minute they're fine, then they just get yanked as this thing swings back. So now the entire carriage goes from falling sideways to falling vertically as it swings back. The bottom opens up, and several people spill out of it just before it crashes to the water. And Zion, just for a moment, you see Para tumble out before his body strikes the water.
I am definitely going to try and intercept him and catch him.
Okay, I would like you to roll athletics, I think, for this.
All right, that I can do. Not that. That is an inspiration. That's an inspiration.
No, you don't need inspiration.
Right.
I'm there.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, yeah, Orla's here. Yeah, no, Amity there, so you get to reroll that. That's better.
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right.
That is a 22.
All right.
That is a 22.
So you are able to run, and just like in slow motion, you can see this thing swinging down. Yeah.
We have just created 2 alternate timelines.
Yes. Yes, we have. We have 100% done that. Yes.
But go ahead.
Yep. So you're running, and in slow motion, you're just able to get under the wagon just in time to kind of shoulder tackle Para and knock him forward and you can just feel it kind of clip the back of your hair, right? As it crashes down, and this wave hurls both of you forward and then crashing into the water. Yeah.
I was waiting until after Mag saved Para, but I was also on top of the wagon.
What would you like to do, Amity, as it's crashing?
Where is Yara?
Let Yara say her.
Where is Yara right now?
Yara has been coming up towards the wagon.
Yeah, so I would say
I had 2 things I was willing to do.
Right.
Well, I'm just gonna jump in the water. I can swim,
Yeah.
and I'm not wearing heavy armor.
That's
so
easy.
If I just can just get away from the wagon,
Easy.
The danger is if I'm on the wagon, it's gonna pull me down.
Yeah, you just landed, stab, bail out. That's what you did, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
As soon as it looks like it's about to hit the water, if I see Max has caught the only person that doesn't look like an elven soldier,
Sure.
I'm just gonna run along the back of the wagon and jump as far away from it as I can into the water towards Mags and that guy.
Okay, excellent. Then you're able to easily just, stab, jump off. You're good. You little teeny sploosh, not a big one, a little teeny sploosh, right? And then you are in the water as well. What are the rest of you doing?
So Yara hasn't. Yeah, Yara hasn't had a
hasn't gone.
chance.
Yeah. So you're running up. You're not a bear anymore. You're a person. So
No, I'm a bear. I'm a person now.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
a bear person.
So you're running up to the foot of the bridge, then I imagine.
Yeah, and I don't know anything because I haven't seen any of these visions. All I
Fair.
know is apparently one person is more important,
Right.
and one person's dead.
Right.
So I kind of make a judgment call, and I'd like to do a free action insight check really quick to
Okay.
base what I'm about to do
Sure.
because no one's told me anything yet.
Fair. Go and roll that insight.
Yeah.
Don't know what it's for, but I'm on board.
So,
Nice.
Oh, that's 23.
Yeah.
I accidentally rolled.
That's right.
Ben.
Take the lower one. It's still great. Okay. So
Okay,
what are you trying to figure out?
Realizing that this is probably some kind of prisoner thing.
Okay.
Now, I've never experienced that growing up in a forest, but I have experienced hunters taking animals.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of what I'm seeing that going on right now.
Okay.
And you know how I deal with hunters taking my animals from my forest?
Probably don't make them tea.
I murder them ruthlessly.
Right.
And then I
There's
plant their remains in my garden.
if we pull back from Yara's pleasant little idyllic upbringing, if we pull back far enough to the edge of the forest, there's just bodies on pikes, just all the way around.
As a warning. And still, people keep coming into my forest. So I would like to, whatever guards are not in the water already,
Sure.
I would like to cast Gust of Wind to push them in.
Well, all the guards on the wagon went overboard. There's a couple Anian soldiers doing crowd control at the edge of the bridge. You just want to blast them into the water?
Do I feel like, with my insight, do I feel like they're also participating in this animal taking
They're
comparison?
trying to stop people from going on the bridge. That much you can ascertain.
Cool. I'd like to just run past them.
Okay. One of
And then
them
I'd like
is going to try and grab you as you go past.
Okay.
So would you like to?
I will roll acrobatics so that they don't grapple me. How's that?
Fantastic. I would like that very much, please. Thank you.
17.
Hey.
Yeah. So basically, it goes out to grab you, and you do that kind of drop to your knees and and like limbo slide thing, right? Just like
Yeah,
right
exactly.
underneath their arm, and then just
And
keep
if they're-
running.
If they're already in,
Yeah.
how high above the bridge is the water?
About 20 feet.
Okay. I'd like to do something very dangerous.
Great.
I'd like to jump into the water
Yes.
and then cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Why?
You.
Can
Okay.
I ask why?
Yeah, absolutely. So you leap off the bridge, you strike
we,
the water.
We can talk about it after the episode's over.
Right.
How's that?
How deep do you want to do it?
I want to do it before I hit the water, so like I jump and cast the spell as I fall in.
Okay.
So that it's already been done by the time I actually land in the water.
Okay.
Is that possible?
So you create this like huge ripple across the surface of the water and this incredible booming thakoom as you just like water scatters everywhere and you just kind of dive down into this chaos that you've created.
Yeah, so would the Thunder Wave hit the guards?
The thunder wave, yeah, definitely hit a couple of the guards. So it blasted a couple of the guards to the side, right? And it made this hole as you splashed into the water, and you kind of go down pretty deep, about 20 feet. And as you turn to swim back up, right in front of you, whose eyes were closed just a second ago, is a very angry dragon turtle who was just woken up. And you both rise to the surface at the exact same time. And let's go ahead and hold right there. That's actually a perfect place to stop.
God.
That's a perfect place to stop. With you on the bridge, with
Yara.
Zion in
With
pain,
Yara facing off with
with
the dragon
Yara
turtle
facing
again.
off
What?
against the
If
dragon
this thing
turtle.
eats you,
I wasn't expecting that, but I love it.
It's perfect. All right,
Okay, so
please.
hold on. For my notes,
Yes.
where is everyone right now so I can record it and remember it next time?
I would say
Totally
so.
in the water.
Magnuson and Diamond are in the water. Amity is
in the
now
water.
in the water. Ashrin and Zion and Yara are both coming up on the foot of the bridge, so they're right
Well, no,
there.
Yara just
Yara's
fell
in the
into
Oh no,
water.
Yara just fell into the water too. So Zion and Ashrin are kind of on the bridge, right?
And Magnuson and Diamond have Hera?
Yes.
I literally have
Okay.
Para in my arms.
Yep.
Magnuson's holding Para.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Where's
right.
Zion? Is
Hey.
Zion
And I'm s-
joining us next time?
Zion, we would love to have you next time.
Sure.
All right.
Zion,
Outstanding.
Zion
What are
and
we
Ashrin
doing?
are
I
on the
mean-
bridge.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and schedule the whole thing. It's a big doodle thing. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Yeah,
We'll make sure we can all be
My
here.
point was like with COVID, like I'm working from home right now. Anyway,
Right.
So.
So why not, right? You might as well play more games. All right, I'm gonna go around. Then we're gonna introduce ourselves one more time, and then we'll say goodbye for this week, starting with Amity.
hi, I'm Orla. I'm my pronouns are she/her. I play Amity, the halfling rogue paladin demigod of redistribution.
Excellent. And Ashrin.
Hi, I'm Mary. My pronouns are she or they, and I play Ashrin Amaris, human bard and demigod of having a random book thrown at me by a girl.
By the way, little note on that. Let's just say that you had a moment to trace your fingers over the brass clasp, right? As you touch it, it just pops open. So they are very strong, but they open simply by gliding your fingers across it. The book falls open and it's just one blank page after the next, right? Just like totally blank journal pages, except that two objects are clearly marking 2 pages in the book. Did you want to take a look?
And yeah,
Okay. So 2 pages are currently marked. The first is a drawing of an abandoned temple tucked away in a massive ironwood forest. It is marked with a single evergreen needle. The second is a fortress at the edge of a massive wasteland. You will not recognize it as it does not exist in your reality yet. But were Zion to see it, he would absolutely recognize it as the Spear of Jarden, a fortress built to stand watch against the edge of the void. That page is marked with a desiccated finger painted gold. And you can't ask anything else. We're going to hold you right there.
Oh, the son of a bitch.
And we're going to jump down to Yara.
Hi, I'm Tyler. My pronouns are he, him. I play Yara, the demigoddess of stewardship and recklessness. I feel like is a good
It's fair.
divinity at this point. Her pronouns are she, they, and that's about it.
I'm the demigod of bridging now.
Oh, right. And the demigod of bridging. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
At least the divine master of bridging. Let's jump over to Diamond.
Hi, I'm James. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Diamond, the demigod of trash, and also now repeated use of Featherfall as a signature spell.
Yes, exactly. The demigod of, oh no, don't get hurt. That's basically what you are.
Oh no, look out!
The demigod of oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Right. Magnuson.
Hi, I am Chris. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Magnuson, the demigod of Baywatch.
That's exactly what you are. Yeah. Except in full fucking armor, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Right.
full metal
Time.
Baywatch.
You just keep getting on the water.
Yeah. And then it has been so lovely to see you, Michael. Please tell us who you are and who you've been playing.
Yeah, so I'm Michael. My pronouns are he, him. And I play the god of fretting and worrying about everything. And
the god of boyfriends. That's what you
Yeah.
play.
no, I play the newly risen god of force. And yeah, it's been fun.
Awesome. All right,
Thank
then
you
we
for
will.
joining us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it
thank
was
you.
great having you.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's nice to
fun.
bring some of the lore together. All right.
Thanks
Well,
for putting
Then
up with our
crush.
shenanigans.
yeah. And then just destroying it into a fine powder. Right. All right. Well, thank you all. We will put up the episodes quickly as far as podcasts. I have to get a bunch of them up, and also we'll put up our date for our next episode soon. Otherwise, thank you for joining us and have a great weekend. See you guys.
Bye.